Yoko. Haven't met up with Yoko? Jesus, I haven't played this game in a while. Well, not this game. I played this game in a... Got to post this on Twitter. On the Twitter. Well, no, no, totally. This time too, my co-streamer will be here as well. But if not, I can take over here for by myself. It's some. Let's see you. Sponsor months. I can hear a countdown. There you go.
Hi, this is Reggie from Nintendo.
Jared?
Before we begin, we want to extend our condolences to all the victims of
Hey,
the
Jared.
two tragic events in Orlando.
You arrived just in
Are with
time.
their families and their communities. And this includes Christina Grimmie, who was killed in the earlier incident and was scheduled to visit us here at our E3 booth this week.
Ow.
At Nintendo, we try to
No,
make
just
our
something
fans
that
smile.
something about
But this
something
week
that they're
at
talking
E3,
about
we'll also be shedding a few tears.
something that Reggie's talking
Please
about
join me
the
in a moment
Orlando
of silence.
shooting and well, one of them was supposed to like actually visit them, and it's like that's wow. Yeah, but thanks for joining me, Jared.
Yeah.
Did you get any good sleep last night?
If you've been a fan of Nintendo over the years, you'll know that the Nintendo experience is different at every E3.
It just locks up.
We always look for the best way to introduce our most important content.
If I shift positions,
and this year is no different. And that's why we're coming to you directly from our show booth on the set of Nintendo Treehouse Live.
All right.
On the other side of the wall behind me, the finishing touches are being made before we open it up to thousands of industry insiders in just a couple of hours. That space will immerse visitors in the world of a single game, the newest entry in the Legend of Zelda franchise. What's in store is an entirely new format for a Zelda game.
Just
3 decades ago, the first Zelda game changed the way millions of people thought about video games. And this week, you'll discover a game that could change that thinking again. Here's the first look at what awaits.
Yep.
Open your eyes.
Right, it's there. They're sure of Zelda right now. I think they said it was going to be called Wall of Oasis.
This video of the just it's showing various nature scenes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on the same thing.
Yeah. There's different locations in the new game.
Open your eyes. Wake up, Link.
Wow. It looks like Wind Waker, but it's like
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
it's like the way it's cell shading. It looks so amazing.
Yeah, I really like this.
Because the thing is, I like it. It's only very subtle when you notice up close with the characters, sprites. It's like the environment and everything else. It looks like a normal game. That's the crazy thing. Combat. Yo, he's actually wearing armor.
That's nice little homage there at the end.
Yeah. A rusted
Or
out
are we in
Master
that
Sword.
timeline?
Wow. Breath of the Wild. Me likey.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Me likey, but I don't like the fact that it's like, by the way, this is an NX launch title. Fuck you.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild introduces you to a Hyrule that is truly seamless, where simply moving from one place to another begins to create what may be the adventure of a lifetime. And not only is this new world vast, but it feels alive. It teems with adventure. Throughout Link's quest, Hyrule will be a resource, an ally, an enemy, and always a place
This reminds me of Skyrim.
and wonder. This is easily
Yeah, a
one
little
of the
bit.
biggest experiences ever created by Nintendo.
It seems like a much
And
larger
today, you're going to get
I always say
a
that if every
close-up
single one
look.
of these games, I always say it seems like a larger
The portion of the
Zelda
game
world,
we're
but
highlighting at E3,
in reality, it just
a
looks more
wide-ranging plateau,
pretty.
may seem
Yeah.
huge.
It's probably
In
about the
fact,
same size
no
as the
one
last few
here
worlds
this
we've
week
had.
will be able to
And
explore
I don't really
all
need
of it.
Legend of Zelda to
But
have
even
a
then, that plateau is only a
Skyrim-sized
tiny
playground.
fraction of the full game map. We'll be devoting almost this full first day of Nintendo Treehouse Live coverage to just this one environment.
Yeesh.
Then, in the future, you'll learn more about the story, the characters, and the ways in which the boundaries of all previous Zelda titles are being broken. But in the end, full understanding and full immersion will only come when you experience it for
I
yourself.
might be wrong.
However, before we show you this biggest adventure for Wii U and NX, we're going to show you the biggest new adventure coming up for Nintendo 3DS.
Another Zelda game?
As you've heard, there are 2 new core Pokemon titles on
Oh.
the way on November 18th. Pokemon Sun.
Are there another Pokemon game?
As always, you'll pick which new starter Pokemon to partner with. But which one to choose? Exactly what kind of battling awaits you? And what does the new Alola
Team
region
Rocket.
have in store for players?
Team L for the win.
Well, we figured there was no one better equipped to answer those questions than the 2 key developers of the game itself.
Yeah, I know. I know about
Producer
Pokemon. I
Junichi
do
Matsuda
Pokemon Day.
and director Shigeru Omori of Game Freak.
Rest
So
all.
before we devote the rest of the day to The Legend of Zelda, I'm going to turn it over to the Treehouse team along with Mr. Matsuda and Mr. Omori to show you what it's like to start as a Pokemon trainer in the first ever live gameplay demonstration
An Ash Ketchum.
of Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon.
Oh, cool.
So let's jump in. Take it away, Sam and Terry.
Thanks, Reggie. And thanks to everyone watching for tuning in and joining us for another Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. We're really excited to get started. So, as Reggie mentioned, I'm Sam from Nintendo, and joining me up here, I've got Terry from Nintendo and my colleague David from TPCI, and we've also got our very special guests.
Wait, is all we're gonna get today is just Pokemon and Zelda and that's it?
They said other things as well. They said they were going to talk about the NX in some way. But I don't know. Because the thing is also too, they're going to be doing things all day as well with different things.
Okay.
Like they're like this is just like the front end of everything, like everything we're gonna be announcing. And then throughout the day, they're gonna have like devoted demos and devoted like time for the creators to talk about the game. Because apparently at 10 o'clock, Gerard, the completionist, is supposed to have like a segment after
This
this.
is the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, as I think
Huh.
many of you know.
So hey,
Thinking about the future of
Gerard, I like him.
I've decided that I would be the producer on this title, and also pass over the director role.
Never had the
to
chance to meet the
Shigeru
guy.
Omori here for
Huh.
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
I will say that he does put himself through some. He has the great job of being able to put himself through some really awesome games, and then just also occasionally just a really crap game, just
So
to
I'm
prove that
Shigeru
he can
Omori
be
from
beaten.
Game Freak, and I
Yeah.
will
Kinda reminds
this
me of
game
a
overseeing
Lord
the
Cat
entire
that way.
development of it.
Yeah. No, it's like the thing is, one I like is that he actually went through the an entire fucking season of SmackDown, which is Raw 2005. I'm like, oh my god, I can't even go through the entire season of that game without like shooting myself. At one point, I'm like, I can only take in so many run-ins. This Scott Steiner really need to want to start beef with me? Come on, no.
I don't think I've ever played it.
That's a good one. That's like one of the better ones. That one's like one of the better SmackDown vs. Raw games. Yeah, Pokemon.
Welcome to Hawaii or the Philippines, depending on who you talk to.
I've heard people actually say it's a lot like New Zealand.
Yeah, I think everyone's gonna argue about which island it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's called Lola. That sounds like it's supposed to be like a play on Aloha.
Stalato. It's a Zoids! You're bringing back Zoids, yo!
Yeah,
That's what that new legendary reminds me. It looks like the fucking Liger Zero. Can I just take off that? If I play a girl, can I take off that stupid hat?
The problem with me is X ruined all of the Pokemon games for me because as soon as I could dress my own character, I ceased caring about anything else.
Yeah, I agree.
I still want Moon back.
If you're getting Moon, I want the Sun.
For us to talk about
Because I want a Zoid.
from the footage there.
Yeah,
the first thing
well,
I'd like to actually
I
ask
have a
you
Leo
is,
in my
can
life
you
who
tell us a
wants
bit
to
more
have
about the background
the
of why you
lion as
went with
well,
Sun
so.
and Moon as the titles for these games?
今の映像で結構話す内容というのが出てきたんですけれども、まずはそうですね、サンとムーンのタイトルについて由来をちょっと教えてもら
I
え
am
ますか？
surprised that they actually get
I hope this is. This is one of those weird ones for me because on the one hand, I love the fact that I could dress my character. I liked all the diversity of the region. I hated the fact that I'd like my dumbass fairweather friends who had to interrupt my adventure every 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, that I agree with you.
And all those other assholes. I'm like, fuck off. I need Serena is fine. She's a decent enough rival character. And then like cute little girl who flirts with me every once in a while is kind of nice. But I don't need the rest of you assholes to interrupt me. And I don't need to fight any of you. Like you guys could just be characters who talk to me occasionally.
So there's a variety of meanings.
But I'm like, I don't give a shit about your dance crew. I don't give a shit about you being a nerd. Like, I don't. Fuck off! I'm fighting Team Plasma to save the world.
I'm fighting fucking Pitbull! For fuck's sakes, let me do my thing here against Pitbull!
Yeah, you guys aren't gonna do anything but slow me down. Get the fuck out of my way. The Pokemon are twice your level. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, the worst part is like I like in like since I've been like I haven't beaten the game yet, unfortunately.
We also need to talk about those legendaries that are on the package.
I got a lot of stuff that's been giving out for free and they're way overpowered. So it's like, yeah, some of them like I can't tame them, but it's like just throwing it out there. It's like, well, you're fucked. You just throw out like a level you throw a level 10 like Pokemon. I just summon a level 50 god that I can't control just yet.
Let it do its own thing.
Yeah, just like hope the god at least doesn't go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because it can at least take the abuse of a level 10. It's like, so level 10, I don't know what you're doing. It's like a bug bite.
Just when I look at the moon one, I'm just like, it just looks badass. Like, something about it, just like those wings. I think the same reason that like originally I wanted Y, just because I like the design of Evital more than Xerneas.
Spiritual element that we get in
But
these games. I won't talk about that too
when it
much
came
every
down to it, I was like,
single
yeah, but now I can make
on the
Pokemon
subject
Triple
of
X jokes,
legendaries, I know
which I did
you recently had
a
an
lot.
event in Taiwan
So
where
that's
you
the reason I had to have
revealed some news
X.
about another legendary Pokemon folks remember from X.
And I'm glad I got X.
And
I
what
mean,
they
it
might
doesn't
expect
really
from that
matter.
Pokemon
Legendary is
in
slightly
these
different.
games. We can maybe talk about that a little bit too.
ちょっと伝説ポケモンの話で、先日ちょっと
Yeah.
台湾で、XY に登場した伝説ポケモンについてのニュース
The evolution of the whatchamacallit, Zenziix.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. Like, at 1% it looks like a fucking dog, and it's at 100% it's like at different percentiles.
Zygarde?
Yeah.
Zygarde, yeah, having its different. And I'm like, when can we collect those?
Actually, that's what they're talking about right now. Because that was one of the things they showed off like a couple days ago. It's like, there you go.
Well, because it's a part of the plot of the current Japanese run of the anime.
Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna become in Sun and Moon. That's gonna become a thing.
They look so
Okay.
cool. And actually, here, since we're looking at a little bit of the Alola region in the background, this is probably a good chance to talk maybe in a little bit more detail about the Alola region and what players can maybe expect there.
今回の冒険の舞台となるアローラ地方について、どんな地方なのかというのをちょっと教えてもらえますか？
そうですね、今回のアローラ地方なんですけども、他の陸地とつながっていない、地方となっています。なので、アローラ地方固有のポケモンが住んでいます。アローラ地方っていう名前なんですけども、名前の由来としては、命を育んで、命を育み生命力にあふれる大地という意味を込めてこの名前にしました。
So the Alola region, as you can see, it's made up of these 4 islands. It has a man-made island as well. But it's really this region that's just like teeming with life, and that's actually behind the name of the region itself. You have this
Aloha.
meaning of kind of
Alola.
region like a miraculous region overflowing with this life force that can support all this different.
I mean, granted, when they do regions, it's usually a mix of stuff. I mean,
Really
like,
interesting since it's not connected
you know,
to any
for
of the regions. You've got
Kalos,
this
it was a
really
very
interesting area of isolation,
unique
and
mix.
we're seeing all these Pokemon that nobody's ever run into before, and it's almost kind of feels like the Galapagos Islands, where you've got this
The
really
man-made
interesting
island. Oh
remote
shit!
area where all these
Volcanon.
other creatures are popping up, and you've got new Pokemon and a really cool environment as well to explore.
Well, Kenny I think was supposed to be connected with the man-made island.
Oh, okay.
And I think so is Regigigas, but I don't think they're going to bring Regigigas back since he's available in the previous game.
I've been playing it work.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. Let's get a look at it. And actually, since we're talking about new Pokemon, is there anything more that you can tell our viewers about the 3 starters that they'll be choosing from in this game?
Uh-oh. Here it comes. I'm gonna show some evolutions. Why else would they bring up that question?
So of course they're all very cute, but one of the things they're really focused on with these 3 in particular is making their movements really cute when they're represented in the game. Like for example in battle and other parts of the
I don't
game,
like the
you see
name
them
of my
moving
grass
around,
owl.
and
I'm
they're really
gonna
cute
call him
when you
Grassy.
reach out and touch them.
Rollet. Rollet. I don't like Rollet. Litten is adorable. That name and Puplio. Like no, I don't want my dumb-looking otter.
草タイプだったらグリーンが入っていたりとかっていうその分かりやすさっていうのをやっぱり最初の3匹は大事にしています。
And another thing we always pay attention to with, or really focus on with the initial Pokemon that you choose for your partner is making them kind of universally relatable so people from around the world will be able to look at these Pokemon and relate with them very easily. And also,
I do not relate with a seal. I don't know what you talk about. What the fuck are you guys? What the fuck are you guys on?
Being careful with the colors.
I think what folks have seen already from the animations that we've shown in a little bit of video footage we've been able to share, they have a lot of personality. I actually picked Puplio because I'm a hardcore water starter fan. My first was a Squirtle, and I've stuck with them. But I've been having a great time so far, and we're looking forward to seeing what other folks pick when they get into the starters as well.
She's like me and my grass type. It's like no matter what, I always start with a grass type.
With the design of the starter Pokemon, and I think they also really fit nicely in with the kind of tropical.
I have a tendency to go for certain types of animals. So, like, usually it's if there's a bird option, my bird option becomes my first. And only a couple have had bird options, including one of my favorites.
そうですね。やっぱり温かい。
Okay, I thought you were like I thought you were used Torchic.
地方ですね。表現するために。
Torchic is also on that list.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously the region this time, the climate there is extremely warm. So we
'Cause,
want to make
Blaziken and
character
yeah.
designs were more
It's pretty
like
badass looking when it
maybe
finally
other designs
finalizes.
I think fans will notice the proportions are different, especially when
Yeah,
we
but
get
fuck,
into the gameplay in a
well,
couple
fuck
seconds here.
Blaziken.
They're gonna see it's a little different how they're used
I
to
play as a
seeing their
girl this
characters
time
in
around. I
the game.
kind of the girls design a little bit more than the guys design.
I just want to take off that stupid hat. That's all I want.
I'm fine with the stupid hat. The guy just looks like a dork.
Yeah.
没入感高めようと思って年上がってますね。
Man, I miss being able to
So yeah,
change my
we
character's
changed the
clothes.
proportions this time to be
Huh?
more realistic. We really wanted to kind of increase.
They're
the
not going to
sense
do
of
it though. They
immersion,
said
and I
that they
think
only
we'll,
want that for
see that when we
Kalos.
get to the review.
Yeah, and I don't know if I can talk about this yet, but sharp-eyed viewers probably noticed that both of those pieces of art, there was an interesting bracelet that the players were wearing.
Uh-oh.
Just fucking got them clothing to come back. I'm gonna give my character a leather jacket and a fedora. Be all like badass.
Uh-oh.
ありました。
For later time, maybe we can talk about that.
Oh, okay. They can't talk about it.
Probably kept folks in anticipation long enough. So Terry,
They're
I
gonna
wanna
avoid talking
jump
about a
in and
lot of
show some
stuff
gameplay.
because that's how Game Freak is.
So I just want to mention as we get into gameplay here, this game is still in development. So folks, everything you see here might not be exactly what you're going to see in the final release of the game, but I think we can give you a really good sense of what the game's going to look and feel like as we get started.
そうですね。こんな早い段階で実はライブでも行うのは初めてで、どんなポケモンが出るかっていうのもちょっと世界初公開のポケモンを登場するかもしれないんで、ちょっとドキドキしますね。これね。
This is actually the first time for us to show a Pokemon game at this stage in development, kind of via live gameplay. So, not really sure exactly what we're going to encounter in this. We may see some all-new Pokemon that haven't been revealed before.
Oh, my fingers crossed. That'd be really cool. Actually, as we get started here, Masuda-san and Mori-san, can you tell us a little bit about the story and the background of what's going on right now in the game?
まあ今ここでちょっと主人公は何をしている場面になるんでしょうか。
そうですね、主人公はですね、アローラ地方に引っ越してきたばかりという設定になっています。で、今回すでに、少し進めていまして、最初のポケモンはすでに、もらっています。で、今から、リリータウンというところでお祭りが開催されるので、そこに向かうところです。
So at this point in the game, it's a little bit slightly into it, but it's the player actually had just moved to the Alola region the other day, and one day previous to where we are in the game, he received his first partner Pokemon for his adventure. And right now we're actually on the way to a neighboring town where there's a festival.
Oh.
And I think here we can see what we were talking about earlier. Oh, you're just jumping into the low grass.
誰が
Wonder what we're gonna get.
どんなポケモンが出ますかね。
Maybe.
びっくりする。これドキドキする。
レディバーですね。アローラ地方には他の地方のポケモンも出てきます。はい。
So as you can see in the Alola region, obviously it's not just new Pokemon that are unique to the Alola region, but from other regions you see Pokemon.
Yeah, that's the same for all Pokemon games since Gen 2.
トレーナーが一緒にこうポケモンの後ろにいるっていうところを再現してますね。
And as you can probably see here in battle, you see the trainer is actually standing behind the Pokemon in the battle. So we really wanted to express this feeling of the trainer always being with his or her Pokemon.
I'd love to talk about that in a little bit more detail here because I feel like there's so much that you've done with the way the battle looks in this game to make it feel really intense and really immersive. I was wondering if we could talk a little bit more about that with what you did with the lighting and the dynamic camera angles here.
The engine looks almost exactly like the previous engine.
Pretty much, yeah. Just a little bit more polish.
A little more movement when they're just hanging out.
Yeah. This is like they express the fact that like you can see your trainer was like you can see your trainer since X and Y if I remember correctly.
But depending on the time of day, the lighting will kind of affect.
If you let the camera just go like this,
I think
your
Terry's
trainer
kind
would be
of
there in the
staying still
background.
for a second to
Yeah.
let us see how the camera is moving around. And this is something that'll just
Again,
happen
looking
for
at the
you
dorky
if you're
guy or even
staying
Kid
still
Girl
in the
kind
battle
of
for a
looks
moment,
meh.
and you really get a
Yeah.
chance to
Designs
look at these
really like.
Pokemon and the area that you're in and the environment.
まあこうやって一回テリー今止まってくれてるんですけども、まあこうカメラの演出を見せたりとか。
Okay, that's new. The shadows
こ
and
ういうか
stuff.
かっこいい
Yeah.
演出があってすごいこうバトルフィールドの全体を見渡せるような感じになってますね。
今回カメラもすごいダイナミックさっていうのを非常に意識して演出を入れています。
So yeah, there's definitely some cool. We try to make the camera feel really dynamic in the battles this time around.
And actually, as Terry gets started in the battle here, I was wondering if we could talk a little bit more
Yeah, it
about
made things fun when you're doing
changes
versus
in
and
the
X and
battle
Y and
interface. I
people were
know
taking their damn
there's a lot
time
of
because then you
that's
got to see the whole
really
battlefield
interesting,
and
which makes the game really accessible to new
give
players
people's
who this is their first
course
Pokemon game.
oftentimes
But it's
horrible
also, I
clothing
think, really
choices.
satisfying as someone who's played a lot of Pokemon games. It
You're
is
judging
really
people. You're
interesting
prejudging
to
people already. Like, what the fuck are you wearing, dude?
Oh yeah, I love doing that.
インターフェースにちょっと前に
Me being an elitist about clothes.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I suck at clothing. I'm more focused on like training my Pokemon.
例えばそのインフォメーションボタンがあるんですけども、そちらをタッチすると
Even though I try to fucking buy all the clothes I can.
Yeah, we really tried to focus on making it really accessible and easy to understand. You saw in the moves there, Terry just pressed the little I button or the icon that's on the move, and you can go into a detailed explanation of what that move actually does.
Huh. Cool. Huh. That's cool. You can find out the efficiency of an attack on the spots.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That's actually really good because like, what's up? What's up?
Because you check moves requires you to go into a menu, to then click on the move, check the moves and stuff versus being able to just on the fly tap the one part on the move to tell
例えば
me
今、
specifically what
レ
it
ディバン
does.
をタッチして
Well, not only that, it tells you like, for example, like it tells you what's effective against the Livia and stuff like that.
You can
Oh,
tap
that's kinda cool,
the
too.
2D Pokemon icon that's at the touchscreen and see how its
That's one of the
parameters
things that
actually
came to be an
change,
issue every time I take a break from
the
Pokemon and come back.
effect of
There's certain
moves.
types where I'm like,
今まで全部
Dark
覚え
type?
て
What the
な
hell
くてい
beats
け
a
なか
dark
ったんですけ
type?
ど、これで一目でわかるようになって
And not only that, for example, some moves it's like okay, it can constitute like as two things sometimes. And you want to know how effective that move's gonna be? Like, for example, if you use a certain Pokemon with a certain combination, how will this move like be effective against this?
Okay.
Like if you got a fighting slash dark type, and then you got like for some odd reason you have a psychic attack. How is that gonna affect your how's that gonna affect the effectiveness of the attack?
This is the most stressful moment.
To the me,
Nice. Okay, so we're able to
Immunity
fight
doesn't get
Pokemon.
negated by type.
But it's a really interesting game
If you
if
have
you're
like a
interested in
like
battle
Lucario, Lucario's steel and
strategy
fighting, and
collecting
he's still
all these
immune to
really
poison.
interesting Pokemon
Yeah.
to meet.
So they will tell you stuff like that right on the spot. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was nice there too seeing how the level up change.
ちょっとあれですね、レベルアップの演出もちょっと変わりましたね。
Oh, and this is actually something that we should talk about as well. Can you tell our viewers a little bit more about what they're seeing on the upper screen
これ
there?
今ちょっと図鑑に登録されたんですけども、これ
はい
ちょっと違う感じがありますね。
そうですね。今
Level
回
up.
図鑑の遊びとして、埋めたくなるっていう要素をすごくかき立てるようにしました。で、白いモンスターボールなんですけども、実はあそこが空きスペースになっていて、例えばその捕まえたポケモンの進化後か、それとももしかしたらペアとなるポケモンが出てくるかもしれないっていう風に演出しています。いろいろこうどんなポケモンがいるんだろうって考えながら育てたり捕まえたりしてほしいなと思います。
So one of the things we wanted to do with the Pokedex this time was really encourage players to, again, really want to catch them all, really fill up the Pokedex. And one way we've done that, as you can see, there's the Ladybug just got registered, but
I'll say
next to it
this,
is a
since
white
they're using a new
Pokemon
3DS
icon.
model in
Once
this
that
little
does, that
image
indicates
here,
there's an empty
if
space, which means that
this actually did have new
either
3DS
evolution or maybe
functionalities
there's another
that are
Pokemon
actually
to perform
worthwhile,
pair with it. So
I
that
would
kind of encourage
probably
players
buy
to
a
wanna
new
fill up
3DS
that
just to
empty space, go out
have
and search,
functionalities with,
you know, catch
with
all
Pokemon
different
Moon.
types of Pokemon and
That's not bad. I wouldn't be
Can you
surprised
tell
if they
you when
did.
you find one and there's
The
lots of
only
white
reason
Pokeballs,
I
you're
might
just
not get
like,
Moon
okay.
So it's a
Got a
is
lot of
because if the producer basically comes up and says, no, I need to have Moon for Sailor Moon reasons, then I'll have Sun.
That's
That's
the
the only reason. But odds are, I'll go Moon.
What we got?
My brother and the producer both go Sun. And then
Oh, it's a new
you're
Pokemon.
New ones.
これは新ポケモンですね。ヤングースというポケモンです。いつもお腹を使っていて
Young Goose, which is actually based on a mongoose.
怒りっぽくなっちゃうっていうポケモンらしいですね。
So as you can see, this is the new Pokemon called Young Goose. It's always
It's nice that they set this up with a couple different Pokemon in here in this little section here. And I don't know if these are exactly what we're going to find there. But
No, I don't think that's gonna be in that particular. Well, judging by like the kind of types of Pokemon, like you always find like like rodent types.
Throw in a bag of chips or something. and it
yeah,
feels
and you
cute.
find bugs
Always
early on.
So yeah, so it's like it makes sense that like early on you find these kind of Pokemon all over the place, like the mongoose type and like the rat type. But like I wouldn't be surprised if like they run into a Rattata or something like that.
We're on our way.
A Rattata.
Just show off.
Yeah, this is like the most stressed
Stuff we've seen
seconds in any
before.
Pokemon
Yeah.
player's life.
Like I was expecting to see something new here, which is kind of cool that they actually did that.
Nice. And actually, this will give us a chance to maybe take a look at the Pokedex. We've got a new Pokemon to check out.
But that's gonna be my new pickup artist, I assume.
Oh fuck, it's a Rotom.
So we've got some interesting changes coming.
It's totally not Whisper from fucking Yokai Watch.
What fans can expect from the new Pokedex?
Well, Rotom's. I mean, half the Pokemons are based off of Yokai.
Yeah, but the thing is, like this is totally a blatant like rip off of Yokai Watch with Whisper, where he's just like an index of your the yokais you encounter in Yokai Watch.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't have the charisma of him though.
Things in this game is that we have this item called the Rotom Pokedex, and Rotom kind of inhabits your Pokedex and actually helps you in your adventure. So it'll tell you information about Pokemon that you really want to catch, or give you tips about how to catch Pokemon, and also kind of guide you on your adventure where you should go next.
So basically, this Rotom Pokedex is fucking judging me. Oh, fuck you.
So right here,
I
actually,
like TV
we're so
Rotom.
early in the game. We don't have the Rotom Pokedex, so the touchscreen is just black on the bottom, but you'll get it later.
And here, actually, this is a great chance. If we just like take a little quick circle around, we can show off not only the trainer's proportions, but also
No, it's just
the
be a
movement
Pokedex.
is a little bit
Yeah.
different than what folks who played previous Pokemon games have expected.
Oh yeah, I need Rotom giving me advice. That's what I need the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's judging you. Like fuck that.
Pokedex is gonna be blessed. You're just hanging out, and your Pokedex just gets possessed, and it's like, I'm gonna tell you stuff.
So
Shut
yeah,
up.
you move around. It's free, full analog movement this time.
Like I said, at least in Yokai Watch, they at least make it more enticing by making the character very, very charismatic and sometimes very wrong about their opinions.
今あそこのキャラクターがモンスターボールを投げてるんですけど、あれはポケモントレーナーですね。でポケモントレーナーの視線に引っかからないように、上下でその緊張感を表しています。
So you see that lady over there, or the girl throwing a Pokeball up and down, and so she's a Pokemon trainer, and what she's obviously going to try and battle you, but what that kind of shadow that appears on the screen indicates is that that she's going to challenge you to a battle, so it kind of increases this sense of tension of you're about to go into
So yeah,
a
if there's gonna be
battle.
camera control, then
Indicates
that's.
So I can either avoid her or actually battle her.
Oh, finally they can tell you who's ready to fight you or not.
Feel like glaring at each other. Ready to fight.
So now you know, like, okay, I don't have to fight this fight. I can just walk to the other side. Just walk to the other side. I'm not gonna fucking deal with it today.
Shape right now, you don't want to fight. It's nice to have that second where you can avoid it before you just kind of stumble yourself into a battle.
そうですね、ポケモンの具合が良くない時とか、
Cute.
支度急いでる時はもう避けられるっていう。
あ、そうですね。
Yeah, that's right.
so we can see here, we're seeing the other trainer as well. And it's really nice, actually, just to get such a good look at the Pokemon proportions alongside their trainers.
今回トレーナー相手のトレーナーもバトルに出てるんですけども、やっぱこうサイズ感、ポケモンのサイズ感っていうのが結構伝わりますね。
そうですね。結構そういうところがやっぱりこうトレーナーがいることによって表現できているっていうのが今回の新しいところですね。
Yeah, that's definitely one of the new things. I think by having the trainers in battle, as you mentioned, it really gives you that sense of scale.
And I think from the experience I've had at the office playing this game, it's really going to surprise people when they take a look at just how big and small certain Pokemon are when they're actually standing right next to them.
まあ結構多分今まで実感湧かなかった部分も多かったので、
Jesus
遊
Christ.
んでみてやっぱこのポケモンこの
It is small.
って思うところも多分多いんじゃないかなって。
It's really fun though because when you use a Flotet or Flow Baby, and you'll just see this little tiny flower flying in front of you. It's like that's a Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yep, that's a Pokemon.
that's a Pokemon.
やられちゃったポズとか。
やられちゃった
And with the trainers being represented in full 3D this time, they all have unique motions and reactions. For example, how they throw their Pokeball or their reaction when they lose, for example.
アイテム拾いましたね。
So you just got an item there.
I think there might be some more folks we can battle up here.
バトルがトレーナーバトルが待ってるんじゃないかなこの先に。
As we're walking around, I'm hoping folks who are watching are listening with the volume up so they can hear the music in this area. I found it's really great how it feels. It really fits in with the tropical environment.
視聴者の皆さんも多分、聞こえてると思うんですけど、結構音楽
The characters had reactions before.
にちょっとあった感じの。
Well, no, it's the whole thing where it's like you can tell right before they want to fight you.
Which I do like.
It's like, okay, I don't have to avoid this. I don't have to fight you because like I'm either 200 level or I'm in like I'm hauling ass to do something really quick.
Battling here, with how the battle interface is set up, it's really easy to just get super involved in the battle to whatever extent.
I like some of these.
You've got all this information at your fingertips. It's not that you have to look at it all, but it's so nice that if there's anything that you need to check on, you can do it so quickly, and you still feel really immersed in the battle.
Saber, what's up, my good man? You didn't miss anything. They're just talking about Pokemon, like for a certain amount of time. They just showed off that and showed off Zelda, but you can win that back. That's the only two things they've showed off so far, and it's like I'm starting to get very concerned that they're so focusing so much of the time on this. It's like where's the rest of it?
Yeah, I'm the guy who does Pokemon Monday, and I'm sitting here going like, you know, it'd be really nice learning about the NX.
Yeah.
You don't have, for example, beginners, for example, maybe they don't want to, or they won't remember a lot of these different status changes and whatnot. But you can really quickly check on the state and see how things have changed.
By the way, sub to Saber from Shin Station Europe.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
He's a really cool dude. Oh shit! Another new Pokemon.
キツツケラですね。キツツキポケモンなんですけども、1秒に16連打して木を
It's a woodpecker.
言われているポケモンですね。
So this is a pick-a-peck. It's called the woodpoker, or excuse me, the woodpecker Pokemon. I can't even speak, but so the setting of this Pokemon is that it can actually peck 16 times in 1 second. So it's got very
Well, I think didn't Skyward Sword have voice acting, Jared?
What?
Didn't Skyward Sword have voice acting?
Twitching its head side to side. I think that the level of detail that you guys have put into all the Pokemon animations.
I think it had the same kind of stuff like most of the games, which is just the little. Ha!
I think, but it's like Saber's like the only thing that made me go, what the fuck was Zelda has voice acting? I'm like, maybe that didn't read me out because it's like that's something common in most of these games anyways. And this guy is boned.
But if there's actually going to be like
As a good
legit,
chance to mention, actually, we did find
you know,
a Pokeball
full
earlier as we're walking
discussions,
around.
because I mean they had
Can find some
voice acting, I
items
believe, in
to help you out along the way that
Hyrule Warriors
can
as
help you
well.
feel a bit
Yeah,
more
that's what I was saying. The Hyrule Warriors, they actually did talk a lot. Actually, yeah, you're right. That was the only one that I was thinking like so far ahead. I was like, Skyward Sword, no. They did it after that.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your...
Yeah, but it's like I'm pretty sure it's gonna be one of those like Link is totally like a mute, like the everyman like mute character.
I think one of the things that really makes Pokemon a fun game is kind of
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, it was a creative choice on the side of Miyamoto.
So do we have anything we can give Toyota?
So you are supposed to be
Oh, you're ready.
voice of the character.
Yeah.
He's your standard silent protagonist, but done in a probably better than most silent protagonists, in my opinion. It was one of the little things that always kind of got on my case. So as much as I love Chrono Trigger, my biggest downside to it is that Chrono has no personality. And he doesn't have a personality on purpose, but it's still one of those things where,
We'll get
you
healed
know,
up.
I find it kind of boring. Like
Um,
I said, it's the only complaint I have about Chrono Trigger is just Chrono not having a personality.
what was the situation? But it's 'cause that's the thing now with like most modern games, where it's like, for example, what's it called? What's in that one game? Like, you know, like Half-Life and stuff like that. Everyone's reactionary to like Gordon Freeman being there. It's like that's how I kind of see it.
Yeah.
So I'm not really that. Hold on, depending you coming in very low. Let me fix up your volume here.
But it's a really strong trainer on this island, and he's actually the guy who gives you your first partner Pokemon in your adventure. A very strong trainer on this island.
And actually let me lower my volume as well, so I can give you the time to shine. This is a problem. This is why I need people like you to be here. Thank you so much, Saber. Thank you. You are an asset to this. You're an asset to these streams. You're looking out for me. I really appreciate it.
This is how, and you're about to battle him actually.
Talk, my friend.
I kind of... Sorry. I'm looking at... I was just distracted by some of the character designs here.
Yeah.
And that's Professor Kukui right there in the white lab.
Yeah, I'm in a weird position right now because like I feel like I'm freezing and I'm sweating at the same time, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah, you're don't die on me first of all, because I can't do this by myself.
Yeah. Well, I know it's. I don't know. My body's been just.
Yeah, your body's been doing weird things, but it's been contorted into different positions. You've been like, you haven't been sleeping well. The rats are about to eat you. The Rat King's right at your doorstep. Yeah, you're not in.
It was quiet last night, so I think most of them have eaten the poison that we have kind of up there in the attic and stuff, which is great. Except for like occasionally as I walk through the house, I can smell like death essentially. So it's like, being in the house is just kind of gross right now.
Yeah, I figured as such.
So, but the good news is that smell does fade within a couple hours, so hopefully by this afternoon the house should be a lot nicer.
Alright, that's good. Well, I need to talk to you about different things after this, so...
Both the dogs right now are really emo. They're just like, we need more people around the house. Yeah, sorry about that.
Don't worry, I'll be up there eventually.
Yeah.
We'll do a fucking 24-hour stream, like, watch me go crazy on stream like I did yesterday. Oh my god, I went fucking insane after that. After the stream, I like went like ballistic. I like, you know, just ranting on everyone. My mom was like, "How did they? Fuck!"
Yeah, really.
Thank God my mom's understanding. She's cool about me swearing. She's not like, you know, she actually finds it hilarious. Because she's like, she's one of those type of people. It's like she's She knows I do. She knows I don't like really like sales type of things with any kind of like, you know, aggression. She knows I say that when I say weird things like that, it's just to get a cheap laugh. So whenever she hears me swear like that, she just starts cracking up.
Like, for you, it's more frustration or something.
Well, it's not frustration. It's more like I just can't believe. Like, I just like after 10 hours, I realized after, you know how many hours we streamed yesterday.
No, I was, because I logged off a couple of times, so...
10 hours. 10 hours in grand total, so it's like, that's on par with it was on par with those like, long-ass, like... It's on par with those long-ass, Overwatch sessions, and also that weird time where just I had like this bug up my butt and wanted to play Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with wanting to play Final Fantasy X. I like Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, but it was like one of those things where it's just like I just started playing it, just like, and it's like I started like around like 9 o'clock at night. Next thing I know, it was like 5 in the morning.
I mean, I'll put it this way: if I had Final Fantasy X HD, I'd probably play through it. Actually, I'd probably play through 10 too, just for fan servicey reasons. And I don't care. I'm willing to admit that I enjoy
So yeah, we actually took
enjoy me
the staff, the development staff that
some
came
Uniservice.
trips
Yeah.
to Hawaii to really do some
Booty
research,
shorts.
and we've definitely
Booty
used
shorts
Yeah.
save the universe.
kind of reflected in the game.
And then you can just feel really
I
bad
think
about
most of
yourself
our
when you see
friends
Riku
really
and you're
cut
like,
for this,
wow, she's still
just to really
underage. I
get
feel
this
really
sense
bad
that
about
I'm
myself.
Man.
ready to go to Hawaii.
I've never been a Riku fan. Riku has always reeked of jailbait to me. And I'm like, nope, not my flavor. Sorry. But as we've talked about Final Fantasy X before and objectifying the women, because why the hell not? If 10-2 is going to objectify the characters, we as players can objectify the characters. Because we still like them and respect them for their abilities.
Saber's saying you need to raise your volume on your mic.
New skill, nice.
Oh, shit, I have no idea how to do that.
You would need
I know
to.
it's gonna-
You need to go to like your volume mixer and go to like recording setting devices.
Okay.
闇なんですけども、一回実はもう見ているという設定になってまして、戦うとですね、一回見たことあるポケモンはどれが効果が抜群かっていうのが分かるようなインターフェースになっています。
So at this point in the story, you see Hao has Litten, which is another one of the first Pokemon you can choose in your adventure. But you've actually encountered you battled against him and his Litten once in the story. And so once you've in Pokemon Sun and Moon, once you've
I'm using OBS.
about which moves are effective and which ones aren't.
あれですね。
And right now I'm on Discord, and it's like I got this guy on like max volume.
So you just
I lowered myself to more than I should.
Yeah, what it means
I think I'll
in
stick with that one.
Yeah.
初心者でも分かりやすい風にしています。
So yeah, just coming back to make it all very easy to understand for even beginners of the games.
Yeah, it really is so nice to have that information. I think especially when you're trying to catch more Pokemon, you're like, okay, I actually maybe don't want to be super effective right now. I need to kind of whittle this Pokemon down. So being able to remember maybe you want to use your weaker attacks sometimes just to kind of get them just to that point.
捕まえたい時とかもやっぱこう効果抜群じゃない方とかをあえて選びたりするので結構役に立ちますね。
Nice, good job, man. I love what a good sport Cow is about losing too. He's just kind of rolling with it. It's all good. So I don't think we can go too much further in the gameplay because we're going to start giving away story elements that we don't want to show folks yet. But we did bring another video for us to take a look at that has a new gameplay mode that I think folks have seen before.
Jared, how are you holding up?
Sorry, I'm just going to my settings.
Yeah.
If I put on a headset, this would actually sound better.
コミュニケーションツールとして今までこう
Instead of using my internal mic.
やってきたんですけども、今回はさらにこう新しい形でのバトルっていうものが登場します。バトルロイヤル。
So with Pokemon series, obviously, using it as a kind of a communication tool, facilitating that communication between players is always been one of the things we've really focused on with the game. So trading and battling between players, of course. This time that's no different. We've got an all-new multiplayer battle mode, which we're calling the Battle Royale.
All right, well, let's see if our crew can load that up for us and we can check out this gameplay.
It's not what I want to change.
そうです。
So as we get started here, can you tell us a little bit about what the rules are for Battle Royale and how the matches are decided?
このあるんでしょうか。
そうです。このバトルロイヤルなんですけども、4人のプレイヤーがポケモンを3匹ずつバトルに出して戦うというルールです。今日はちょっと時間の関係で1匹にしています。
So in this mode, it's actually 4 players. Each player chooses up to 3 Pokemon and battles with 1 at a time. In this video here, we're just doing 1 Pokemon for the sake of time.
このバトルロイヤル勝敗についてなんですけども、誰かの手持ちのポケモンが全て倒されたら試合終了となります。
So how this actually works with how it determines the winner. So this is a free-for-all battle, but whenever one of the trainers, when the first trainer to lose all of his or her Pokemon, that signals the end of the battle.
倒したポケモンの数と、残ったポケモンの数の合計が一番多いプレイヤーが勝者となります。
And then once the battle is over, once the first person loses all of their Pokemon, it then
Yeah.
determines the
Then
winner.
unfortunately, we're just
So
discussing
the game
about that. The
counts,
standard female
each
one,
player
you're not gonna be able to
how many
change it,
Pokemon they've
unfortunately.
defeated, and also how many Pokemon they have remaining on their team. And whoever has that highest number is the winner of the Battle Royale.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting what this is going to do for strategy as folks are playing, because generally speaking, when you're thinking about how you're going to switch up your Pokemon to fight another trainer, it's only a one-on-one situation, so you can look at their Pokemon and say, okay, I've got this Pokemon that's going to be strong against this one, but you're worried about two other opponents here, so you really have to think about who's going to fare best against a
Three
group.
other opponents, actually.
Yeah,
That's
it's...
そうですね、やっぱこう今までだったらこうチーム戦とかあとまあ1対1のポケモンバトルが、多分主流だったと思うんですけども、今回はやっぱこう相手、3人気にしなきゃいけないっていうのは、まあ、特徴ですよね。
そうですね、まあ、今回特徴としてこう4匹いるポケモンの中で誰を倒すかっていうのを考えないといけません。で例えば1匹すごい強いポケモンがいても3人で集中攻撃すれば倒せるといった戦略性もある。
So yeah, it's a free-for-all, and of course, you know, you could have 3 people gang up on one really strong person, or you really have to kind of determine your strategy about how you're going to, you know, which order you're going to defeat Pokemon, who you're going to focus on, so totally new gameplay dynamic.
Yeah, it is interesting how much more intense it feels, where I'm used to just looking at the trainer in front of me and fighting them, and suddenly it's like, oh, there's 2 more trainers. I have to pay attention to everybody. And folks watching there, you may have caught that the trainers there were wearing different outfits from what we saw with the regular player characters that we showed off so far. We can't really talk about that yet, but worth noticing.
ちょっとそれぞれのプレイヤーやっぱ見た目とかあと服装が違うっていうのはちょっと気になりましたね。
また気づいちゃいましたね。
You had a good eye there.
これあれですね、今回着せ替えが入ってます。
So yeah, you can actually customize your outfits in this game as well.
So we're just about out of time, but before we wrap up, I was curious, now that you've had a chance to see some fan reaction for these games, how's it been seeing how Pokemon fans have reacted for Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon?
まあちょっと時間が来てしまいましたけれども、まあ今回の、ポケモンサンムーン発表されてから、多分ファンからの反響というのはあるんですよね。そのまあ手応えについてお話してもらえますか。
そうですね、今回、7言語から、9言語に中文を、増やしまして、特にその中文使われてる人たちからもたくさん反響。
Well, the thing is, that's sort of its bread and butter, unfortunately. Combat-wise, like, you know, they really can't change at this point.
見せるために、まあ非常にこうみんなが喜んでくれて、まあとても嬉しいなと。
So yes, the reaction from everyone has been really great. You know, I get tons of messages,
You know.
tweets, and everything. This being the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, one of the goals we really wanted to kind of for the future of Pokemon, really kind of expand it to even a wider audience. And as I think we've announced previously, in addition to the 7 languages we had in X, Y, and Omega Ruby, Alpha, Sapphire, we also added Chinese, simplified Chinese, and traditional Chinese. And I think a lot of especially from those regions, like fans have really been kind of excited about it and sending me lots of great messages.
And is there anything final that you'd like to wrap up and say to fans who are watching the stream right now?
ちょっと最後にファンに向けてのメッセージということで何かありますか？
そうですね、もう今までにないチャレンジをこのソフトはサンとムーンはしているので、皆さんすごい楽しみに待っていてください。
So yeah, I think Sun and Moon, we're really doing a lot of new challenges for us here as Game Freak. So I hope everyone really just look forward to the games.
Well, thank you.
まあ自分も完全新作としてディレクター初めてだったんで、まあたくさんの苦労があったんですけども、その甲斐があってすごいいいゲームができたので期待しててください。
So there was a lot of challenges for me, especially as it's the first time directing an entirely new generation of Pokemon at Game Freak. But I think we've really brought the game together. It's really turned into something fantastic, and I hope fans really look forward to it.
I know I'm definitely looking forward to it. And thank you so much for joining us and giving us some insight into the development work here. Folks watching again, that was Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, which are coming out for the Nintendo 3DS family of systems this November, so you don't have to wait too much longer. And please don't go anywhere. In a few moments, we're actually going to be coming back. Aonuma-san is going to be stopping by to show us some gameplay for a game you might be thinking about, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Well. Oh, god damn it, Saber. Good job, GG. I'm doing good. Actually, E3's been the only thing I've been doing all this time. Been doing this since Saturday, and I'm like kind of exhausted. But thank God today's the last day of. Thank God today's the last day of all this. So let's see what this leads us. And I think Jared he's having some issues, and I'm like, it's just kind of bad. Well, the thing is with E3, it's like the only it's like I realize that too. It's like the problem is like it's hard to get excited for any of these types of games because it's like it's just hard. It really is because like they're not really doing anything that's surprising or anything that's shocking, anything to get me excited. The only thing that got me excited was yesterday when we were checking out all the stuff that Sony had. Because I mean they legit just told us here's the games and that's it. I feel like they're trying to like other companies are trying to over explain things. I was just like, look, just show us things just show us cool things that you can buy, and then that's about it. And also, it doesn't help too. It's like we become very niche orientated as well. Like most modern games and stuff like that. Just those like most modern like AAA titles just doesn't capture my attention. Say for like a select few games now. So it's like I'm more into like what the independent games have to show and stuff like that. So it's like I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the same sentiment as everybody else. Let me do this. Jared? I still cannot hear you.
Oh, good. I can kind of hear stuff again.
Hello?
Yeah, hey. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're really quiet. Hold on. Say something again?
Hello?
Okay, there we go. I'm trying to adjust the volume on this.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're saying you were coming in very low. I'm like, okay.
Okay, am I coming in better now?
Well, let's see. Like, the thing is, you sound fine, but like, you know, to me, but it's like I don't know how it sounds on the stream. That's
Okay.
that's the concerning part.
Well, now I'm on my headset, so hopefully that helps. Or you can chime in on how I sound.
All right.
Find my headset and completely reset my computer because for some reason putting my headset in decided to crash everything.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. I'm Ed, here with Bill and Noriko, as well as a very special guest, Mr. Ayanuma.
I'm sure I haven't missed anything
Joined
major.
us here.
No, they talked more about Pokemon. They talked about a new battle mode and stuff like that. New battle mode and... I'm sort of very concerned. This is just the only... Literally, this might be the only two games they might show.
A message you have to the fans?
Yeah, that'll be kind of boring.
Because I said, like, this is gonna, like, take up most of the thing. Just like, that doesn't... So weird.
Especially when what you really want to see is some of the NX stuff.
The next stuff or anything, like any other game, show us a Nintendo 3DS game.
So I've created this game thinking about breaking the convention.
Like, show us something, like, or talk about the software. Just
Seen the trailer, and they probably want us to jump right in. So why don't we get started?
Let's do it.
you're still coming in super quiet, but I got you on like max volume and everything. It's like I don't know how what else I can do on my end.
What you can do, and we're going to introduce you to this amazing world. But we're not trying to spoil anything, so feel free to tune in for as long as you like.
Yeah, I'm messing around with some of my mic settings. And I'm even wearing my headset instead, but I don't know how well it's all working.
You sound a little bit louder.
Well, that's good. At least there's that.
Yeah, like I said, this is like this is what pisses me off, and this is why I want more people to be on stream so that they can tell us when there's stuff like this. Because like, when they don't tell us when because I can't hear anything because like on my end he sounds perfectly fine, but it's like the thing is, it's like I don't want to overpower the volume of the sounds of everything else. It's just
it seems that is one of the issues, and I've even seen some of our streams and I go back and watch them and I'm like, oh, either you can't hear me or you can't hear you.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
What the fuck?
Am I watching the right thing? I'm seeing some weird cutscene here.
This is a very mysterious place, Aonuma-san.
It's like fucking Alien, man.
Okay, then we're seeing the same thing.
It's Zelda, but it's not like
I've talked about
Link just got out of the Matrix.
Zelda, but Link does start by waking up.
I'm wondering too if like this is gonna be one of those weird games where it's like technology is also gonna be like it's gonna play into a factor.
Yeah.
Shrine of Resurrection.
This really is a mysterious place, and it's kind of very
What if like the timeline and everything else? What if this is all like an Assassin's Creed thing?
So some modern day guy is just going back and becoming Link.
Maybe.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it.
Yeah,
It will help
interesting
guide you
take on
after your
everything.
long slumber.
Yeah, it's like this
the
is
introduction of a
very weird.
mysterious item.
Like unsettling. There's voices. It's the Matrix. Link's naked.
Oh, they're just trying to compete with Kojima. If Kojima can have a naked character, so will we.
It's like fuck you, naked Norman Reedus.
There's our counter
I know a lot
attack.
of people are going to be so excited to see how that plays out in this game because that's such a a great new wrinkle to add to the.
Well, the thing that's quite interesting is that thing that you got from the tablet, the sheep thing. That looks a lot like the fucking Wii U tablet.
He's gonna start with by opening the treasure box.
Yeah, that probably can't be coincidental.
These are clothing items that he can wear.
Oh, you can wear different clothes now.
Link was pretty much naked.
Yep, organic tutorial in a Zelda game. Yeah, you can believe it there. Apparently now you're coming in fine because I think we got everything set.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with.
That would also make you very.
At least using my headset seems to help a lot, but
yeah.
It's definitely one of those things where I'll just have to remember that from now on when we're streaming to use the headset.
All right.
It's actually with my recording software for
so we see here one
a
of
game
the
recording software.
Of the Sheikah Slates.
I have to use my headset. Otherwise, it does. I barely come through, or I don't come through at all. So it seems to be very much in that category of just the quirks of my laptop. Which means I probably should get a nicer headset.
So it starts.
I used to have a nicer one, and it eventually, I think the mic just stopped working on it at a certain point. So then I have my cheaper, smaller set that has had a major amount of just damage to it over the years. The padding where the headphone's supposed to be on the ear part is gone. The right side earpiece fell off. Like this little headset thing just looks so
as you can see on the screen,
broken.
it says jump. Now Link can jump for
And I'm
the first
like,
time.
but it works. I mean, it takes my laptop takes a little while to adjust to it. And for some reason, it caused some sort of audio glitch earlier, but it works.
Breath of the Wild.
Now we see the subtitle on screen. Perhaps this would be a good time for Aonuma-san to talk about that a little bit.
It is a lot more difficult when I had to reach for stuff and suddenly feel extreme pain. Yay.
Local elf boy mows grass naked. I love Twitter.
So in the previous titles, we used character names and item names.
It's better than my headline of Naked Man Saves Gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, Link can jump apparently. Like just by pressing a button now.
And I think especially for
Huzzah! It only took them 20 games.
Right there, we see how much of a
I think I want to say more.
character the world is, how much of a presence the
I was just
world is.
creating a random number. I wasn't trying to count the games in my head.
Of possibilities for
For some reason, I count the games like it's actually 17 games.
You know,
Like,
I
I'm
remember the
sorry
moment
for
when I first heard Breath
not
of the
knowing the
Wild,
exact
and
number
it
of
was just like,
Zelda
that's
games that they've
the
had
right
over all
one.
the
It
years.
just- it
Yeah.
felt so right with this.
I'm surprised. Yeah,
I'm
they.
not counting like the
with the
spin-offs.
nature
I mean, I'm counting like the Game Boy one. Oh no, the Rock's Feather. Never mind. The Rock's Feather in the Game Boy game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, the thing is, you can do spelunking. That's a new thing.
Because I think this game is being very much built on exploration, which it feels like none of the games have really had. Like exploration, like the way you felt like when you first got into the bigger world in Ocarina of Time, and you're like, holy crap, there's just so many places I can go and things I can just explore right now.
Even though it's like in reality, you're like, wow, there's only like 3 places I can go at the moment.
Yeah, but it seems in the beginning like a really huge thing, and then yeah, you can go to locations, but then you're just gonna sit there and like, oh, I need a hook shot to continue up these mountains or whatever.
The one I felt like really like that was with But the one I really felt like that was with when Rika was like, all of a sudden I'm on the ceiling. Where do I go? Where the fuck do I go? Where the fuck do I go?
And I loved exploring. Just okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna sail around and see what I can find. And I loved that sense of adventure that Wind Waker games had.
Saber says, looks like Zelda is trying to looks like Zelda is trying to get where Dragon Age was about a decade ago. Pretty much, yeah. I made the comment of like, I'm pretty much in the comments like, it's practically Skyrim at this point.
Yeah.
See already.
I mean, it's nice to see The Legend of Zelda evolve,
A lot of climbing
but
here.
honestly, I could be just as happy with a good old-fashioned 2D Zelda on my DS.
Thrown into this world of exploration
Like
right
Link
off the
Between
bat.
Worlds kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I'd be perfectly fine if they just did more of those. Like, I know there's a lot of people who want these grand, epic, infinite scope Zelda games where your great treasure you get at the end of the game is a second hook shot.
So here we get our first look at the
And
map.
everyone's getting on my case, they're like, I know, I hated that too.
Circular
And okay,
area
well, what's
here
that?
being the extent of the E3 demo
But
that we're showing. This is
it's one of those things where I
in the center of
would love to
Hyrule.
see really innovative 2D Zeldas.
We'll give you just a sneak
I mean,
peek.
even stuff like
Holy
Outlast,
balls!
I think you'll get to
Are you serious?
look at the scale of the world later on today.
Holy balls! Anyway, sorry, I just saw this map, the map screen. I'm like, are you serious?
No, I got a baked apple.
If that's the size of the map right now,
No, you cook a baked
like this is just all this portion right here. It's like I don't know at what point it closes off. It's like the demo, but then they show off like it's like imagine like 20 of those put together, and that's the fucking map of the game.
Oh jeez.
I'm like, wow, they weren't kidding. This game was gonna be huge. Fuck me.
And in the first of the series, I think you met a guy like this.
He says this is the Great Plateau, and he describes
Slowly
it as the
giving us all
birthplace
reasons
of
to
the
buy
Kingdom
an
of
NX.
Hyrule.
It's a glorified NX demo. That's what it is. It's an NX demo disguised as a Wii U game. That's the thing that pisses me off the most. Like, I want this game, but I realize the better game's gonna be on the NX.
Yes, he says the kingdom is in a state of
But she's like,
decay.
well, thanks a lot, assholes.
I thought the new Zelda was supposed to be NX exclusive.
Nope.
Oh.
So I picked up a tree branch earlier.
Because I think my biggest
Currently,
issue with the
it's
NX
all
is
I
it's
have
coming
for
so
a weapon.
close to the back
But
of
you can
the
see very quickly the things that I can do
of the
with a tree
Wii U.
branch.
It's almost like, what's the point of getting a Wii U?
Yeah, but Saber brings up a point. Remember, Twilight Princess was on GameCube and the Wii.
Oh, that's true. It did, didn't it?
You can do a lot of things, but you
And the
can't just
GameCube
set
version, in
everything
my
on
opinion, is
fire.
better.
I think we've just seen a window into Bill's play style.
I liked it more, at least.
ビルのプレイスタイルが今ちょっと垣間見れましたね。
I picked up an axe, and so I can
Felt all the
also
Wii functionality stuff was all
swap my weapons out. So I'll switch over
shoehorned
to
in.
the axe.
Yeah.
The axe is great because I can chop down trees if I want to get.
And granted,
to
it was like a
some
launch
apples.
title or whatever, so it's
Which
not
one?
like-
The Twilight Princess for the
Twilight
Wii?
Princess.
Yeah, it was.
Chop the logs
So
that
it's
I
one of
cut.
those ones where I'm like,
to
you
get
know, it was a
firewood,
launch title. I'll give it
which I
some
can later
forgiveness, that
use
version,
to
but I
set a campfire.
prefer to the GameCube version of the game. 'Cause it felt like it was more. It was supposed to be a GameCube game from the get-go.
It's amazing.
Convenient. Yeah,
But
honestly,
in
first
general,
time
I'm
I
not the
get
biggest
Zelda
Twilight
around, I spent the
Princess
first 20
fan.
minutes like chopping down trees and
And
climbing.
apparently, only
That's what I
characters
did.
are voiced. Does Link make dialogue choices count? I want to say maybe. Maybe not. I don't know.
I've always been a big fan of the Koroks.
It's nice not having them do the gibberish stage or anything like that anymore. In a main series game.
Yeah, but the thing is, like I said, like I'm pretty sure that Link is gonna be like a blank slate, like just like
Oh yeah, he,
like the silent protagonist, and like that unsettling, like, you know, very quiet type of guy.
Maybe you found it.
But also at the same time, just like
Did you get it already? Did you find it?
maybe a hya or haya when he makes a decision would be nice.
he probably will. But again, like I said, that's a Miyamoto design choice.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
It's like, you know, when he says, like, you know, when he wants to say something, when he wants to say like correct answer, he's like kya. When he's not happy about this, he's like kya. Talks in that's all he talks in, like yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think I'm gonna run
He has
up
his
this
little
way. As
screen
you can
noise
see,
mix, too.
the
Yeah.
world is open to me. I can go any direction that I want. But I'm gonna run up here.
Talking about
through the
Twilight, it's like
grass.
burn
I
down.
have a sword, so perhaps I should cut some grass. But nothing's coming out.
Yeah, Doc, one of the people that I collaborate with, he says burn Hyrule down on Twitter.
So I guess you want to know how
One thing I've noticed, I don't know if you noticed, is that everything has stats on the. Everything has stats now.
So let's try fighting some of these enemies.
No, I hadn't noticed that.
The weapons you get, they all have stats.
I like that.
So now you know like what sword's effective, and it's just like, well, at one point you're just gonna get the master sword, and that's about it.
Well, it's gonna dispatch.
Yeah, but I think it's more helpful probably for a lot of the items and stuff too to know if this magical item is useful and under specific circumstances or what have you.
Yeah.
Just kind of something. It looks like that's a kind of like user-friendly type thing I'm fine with. You know, like Pokemon, you click in the thing and it'll say like, oh, this move is ineffective or this move is more effective. And I like that, because even though I generally have memorized most of that stuff being a player for
And his sword broke, so...
God.
Oh, wow.
For a long time.
His spear.
A long time Pokemon player, so I memorized most of the stuff, but it's always nice to have the reminders. Or if you forget what element a move is when you're using it, or one of those moments where I'm like, wait, isn't such and such fire and rock? And it's like, no, it is ground and fire. And I'm like, oh.
Well, they just showed off. They just showed off something really cool too. The game actually has like weapon damage.
So the cycle of this game is that you.
Like like the Link sword actually just broke. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool.
So perhaps we'll head down and check out some of these ruins.
My stream isn't like working properly, but this is working, so I'm just gonna be here to make secondary commentary since the video seems to be all crapped out right now.
Pretty much, I'll just throw some like the observations and you give me your opinion.
Yeah. But you know, at this point, it's like, well, I can't visually see anything. That sucks. But at least people can hear me now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's my computer being weird, I think. But it's my laptop saying quirkiness, like coming back and being like, haha.
This time around, you're not going to find any parts.
You thought you could
but you're
have
going to be eating these.
a really good smooth stream. Screw you.
That way to replenish
It happened today.
I love that notion.
I know yesterday was having some audio issues as well, so I tried my best with that.
With grabbing the weapon.
Also, it's weird. They were like you know, since, like, I think you were watching on a tablet and stuff like that. I had to lower your volume down sometimes, so it's like
To keep your health up is also really interesting. It's a lot of fun.
Well, because I was going off someone else's Wi-Fi, so I think it had some fade in and fade out issues because I was having times where my video would freeze or this other little quirks would happen. Versus here where I kind of know the general quirks of the Wi-Fi we have at this house. That helps. But it's definitely one of those things where, you know, finding the right balance can be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But I'll use the headphone now as the default, and I'll try to get a newer headset when I have the chance to run down the fries or something.
Yeah, just get a cheap one for like 10. Like you don't need like an expensive one for right now, at least.
No, I wasn't saying I was going to get an expensive one. I just need to pick one up. It's probably a little less broken than my current one. And by a little less, I mean completely not broken. It would really be nice if I had something completely not broken.
You can see that there's quite a lot to look around at and discover in the world.
I like headsets that are not.
Those barrels there.
Like I said, this one's missing one of the headpieces, the other part's missing the padding. And adjusting the bike could get a little
Aonuma-san, we don't have a good idea of what's going on in Hyrule here, but everything seems to be in ruin.
No, whatever. We generally made it through. We should probably come up with that list of trailers we're going to make a commentary about.
Alright, well, let me give you a list of games I got, and maybe you can queue up some of the stuff on YouTube.
Can't give me to adjust myself because since the computer was not showing anything. I just started laying down, which has been nice
So
for
I
my
know a lot
back,
of people
but
are going to be really excited about how
difficult for
you're progressing in this
commentary.
world, and there's
But
minimal
technically, I guess I
backstory.
could
There's not a lot up front
watch
in
it on
this
my
game
tablet
other
that I'm
than
holding in my hand
here
right
you
now.
are. What are you going to do? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Tablet video always comes out
And
weird
then
for me.
yet there's so
I don't
many
get the
hints
audio
in this
to
environment
volume
about
to be where I want it
that
to be.
into something greater has happened.
So
And
give
I
me
think
a
people will be really interested to see the
couple
story
minutes here
sort
to
of
try to
unfold
slowly
as they play
adjust
the game.
myself.
ゲームが始まってから、どのような舞台設定なのかっていうのはユーザーさんの方でまだ詳しく分かりませんけども、こうやってゲームを進めていくうちにいろいろとヒントが見つかって、こんなんなんじゃないか、あんなんなんじゃないかっていうふうに考え始めることで、ユーザーさんも楽しまれるんじゃないでしょうか。
そうですね。やっぱりそういうことが自然と分かってくるっていうのが面白いじゃないですか。ゲームって端的にいろいろ伝えたくなっちゃうんですけど、今回はねそういうところがもうじわじわと分かってくる形になってるので、ぜひ
Fine, screen you got
So
grown
I
as I
think
try
with
to
this title
move.
you'll be able to learn these backstories like you
Just
said.
exactly what everyone wants to
You'll
hear.
be able to learn them little by little on your own pace. It's not that the game is telling you, but you can kind of explore and find out on your own.
Yeah, I think I know what's going on here. They're just gonna make. They're just gonna.
And just the nature of the game itself.
It's like all this press conference is like it's gonna be one long thing all day. I'm just like, well, they should have made that more clear at the very first sentence, and making us be here like sitting our thumbs waiting for something to happen here.
Look, I'm glad I saw some of the Pokemon stuff. I'm glad I saw some of the Zelda stuff. But
This is
I
it.
guess it's just gonna come down to me loading up my DS and watching the complete Nintendo Direct kind of thing and just going with that.
Yeah, they should have done the direct thing, but oh well. But I was expecting a direct thing, but oh well.
Yeah, instead of us watching it on some other device and then doing the commentary, it's gonna be much more awkward.
So
Okay, on to the
we've
side.
used this style before in the previous title, but in order for the players to see an item, to find an item,
I brought the laptop to Jared.
easier to use the animation style where
Now it's just all my stomach awkward.
shave off the elements, so the items will be the users
Get
will
to
be able to identify the
YouTubes.
items easier rather than adding on elements to the background.
なのでそのアニメーションっていうその技法を使って表現する。
So I think we're just gonna cut to our. Oh shit!
それをね
What's up?
That shit, the demo's over.
それを選んだと。
Oh.
So the theme here is
Let's see what they have to show off
an
next.
animation style game, but we wanted to
Oh crap, my laptop's not plugged in.
use this
Maybe
art
problematic.
style, and it matches the functions of this game.
And you see here the time limit on the demo that
ran
people will
into
have
a
access
slight-
to on the show floor.
Yeah. We were supposed
Okay,
to disable that.
that
was,
wasn't too
that was
bad.
my mistake.
That's all right. That's all right.
That
This is
wasn't
kind
too
of
bad.
What we'll do is we'll skip through a few things.
申し訳ございません。
It's an organic playthrough. It's true to the nature of the game itself.
で、ゲームの本当に自然な形に今沿っているので、そんな感じ、そんなこともある。
そうですね。今日体験してもらえるものを生で皆さんに感じてもらったってことです。
So yeah, this is
That's
something
right.
that the users will experience tonight on the show floor. So.
And I think people saw, that actually gives people at home a sense of how much time people are going to have here. And as Reggie said, nobody's going to be able to explore even just this small area that we're showing here at E3. And that speaks to just how large this experience is going to be. And I think that people are going to be really excited to just get that little taste of it.
さっきレジも言ってましたけれども、本当に今回ショーフロアでデモをしても、本当に一部の部分しか、マップの一部しか、ゲーム内の一部しかプレイできないので、今のこの切れてしまいましたけれども、それでどれぐらいの本当に短い時間にどれぐらいちょっとしか見れないかっていうのが、
So it seems that they forgot to turn off the timer on the demo.
And talking about the art style, the colors are very
So they're fucking killing for time. So you know what? Fuck it. It's just like you guys can check out other streams about this all day. Like we were only hoping that we would show up like demos, like some new game or something like that, or something new to show off like NX style information. But oh well, looks like they're gonna do that another time, unfortunately.
where you go out into the environment
Well, I
So
think we're gonna have to go watch the Nintendo Direct off of their site or off of like how it streams on all various Nintendo systems and.
Well, I don't think they did one this. I don't think they did. They're doing one this time.
Art style and its
for E3.
similarities to gouache
and maybe not
that connection. We also started to feel that the music in the game also has a very open air feeling to it. Isn't that correct, Onuma-san?
Got my DS right next to me.
このアートスタイルも随分そうやってグワッシュとか使っているような感じのスタイルですけれども、
Right. So
自体もとてもなんか
let me bring up some of the trailers I wanted to look at here. Not too many. I think we're gonna do like 2 or 3 of them. Because like, well, there's not really many in that because like a lot of them we already saw already on a lot of these we already saw.
Like all the best trailers.
Yeah, because like, well, all of them were already shown off already at like the other conferences this time, this year. Like we already saw the stuff for like for example we saw the one for Dead Rising 4. We saw a lot of for different other games, but it's just like, you know, let's just cut to like the games that are kind of like multi-platform and other stuff that got shown earlier this year, like earlier in the week. So let's run with that for a little bit here. Let me get everything set up here on my end. So if you want to check out more of the information, I will host the Nintendo stream like afterwards, or whoever's hosting a Nintendo stream on like whatever thing you're playing it.
They do have a bunch of trailers here on my DS with Axe and Verge for whatever system we're going to do Axe and Verge on. Rainbow Pocket. I have a section here for Monster Hunter Generations, but I don't know if that's video. That. Although most of these things don't seem like where the hell Severed was. Gunvolt 2. And not a lot of stuff even in the Nintendo at E3 section on the marketplace. So,
yeah, that's why it's like there's really not much going on right now.
Yeah, it's kind of they're being very quiet.
Oh, hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, by all means. The fuck is this?
Alright, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
Ramses returns.
I'm gonna link you on Facebook some of the trailers I want to check out. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
To load up the Facebooks and stuff.
So there's the first one. Let me load it up here on the.
Alrighty. Let's video clipped.
Right, so whenever you're ready, okay?
If it loads. Alright. Get the video going.
Alright, we are unpausing in 5, 4. What?
I already have my thing started. I'm already 14 seconds in.
Ah, screw it.
Oh, I just saw the title of the video. I just clicked into it without looking at the title.
Yeah,
I just saw the title.
You rewind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll both begin at 0 and we'll click at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, click. Okay, yeah, so just saw the title, so, like, my whole...
Hopefully we don't get banned from Twitch or from Facebook or from Hitbox for showing this, because this is already looking kind of bad already.
It's all in the shadows, though. You can't see anything.
Yeah, but still, it's like it's implying things. By the way, Saber, you should know what this is. You should know what this is about. You've actually streamed this anime. And you guys are gonna continue to stream this as well, I think. But I think you guys are gonna do the movies eventually. Berserk Muso.
Working title coming soon.
Well, I saw the Japanese one, so it's like that's kind of like definitive name right there. So it's like,
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because for like Fisanor Star for what do they call it?
Hokuto Muso.
Hokuto Muso. They just called it Fisanor Star Ken's Rage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they might call it like sort of Berserk or something like that, or like the Legend of Guts, or Legend of Guts like Berserk or something like that.
Yeah, Berserk, Legend of Guts, or Berserk, Guts Rage. You just keep the rage thing going.
Yeah, but I'm hyped for this because, like, you know, the last time they did like a really violent Muso game was actually the Troy Muso game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's like as much as like I like, you know, it's like give or take with like hyper violence in these types of games.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact it's like if you're gonna go balls to the wall all out with this game, so it's like that's the only way you're gonna be able to do Berserk. Like just go all in or nothing at this point. So.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things where you know we're in the age again where if you show a woman in her underpants, it is considered the most grotesque thing you could possibly do, but we're also in the place that if you could have exploding heads in Doom, it's okay. And I'm like, oh man, it's the 90s over again. I love the, I think it's the line from South Park. We need to stand for what the we believe in what the NPAA stands for. Grotesque violence is perfectly acceptable as long as there's no swear words or nudity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we are right back in that early 90s bullcrap era, or mid 90s bullcrap era of like, wait a second. So decapitating people, blowing up their heads, stuff like that, perfectly acceptable for video streaming. But if you see a little bit of butt action or you see a few swear words, oh man, you've crossed the line. How dare you?
Yeah, we crossed the line. We crossed the line yesterday with Norman Reedus' bare ass.
Look, if they ban us, we're gonna have to go and like sue Kojima for like getting our channel killed. Like, in exchange, I give you a copy of game. Hell,
and a PS4?
Right.
And a VR headset? Yes. Okay, good. We're squaresies. Alright, I posted the next link right there, the next game I want to show you.
Alrighty.
It should put you in a really happy place.
Pausing.
Hold on. No, yeah, pause.
I was hoping that trailer would show more than just like, yeah, creepiness. But oh, I saw part of this, I think.
Yeah.
This will be fun. As soon as you're on, we will count down 3, 2, 1, click, like before.
Hold on,
you can count it.
Yeah, let me get it up here on the screen here so people can see what we're talking about. Stop. Okay. So 3, 2, 1, start.
Crude humor. Oh man, this needs to be like an M-rated game.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna give up on this game until this. Hey, Harry Potter.
Sexist because it had male Ghostbusters.
Hmm. That's the part that's so fucking crazy. Mission Impossible.
The trailer for the second movie, and it'd be awesome. awesome.
Yeah.
What took you so long?
The greatest fake out ever.
Voice.
Huh?
I want Batman to have what's his face's voice.
He does the Will Arnett. The Will Arnett one is in the game. He's a different character. This one is actually from the one from the games.
Oh, was that Gizmo?
Yes.
I just want a Lego Gizmo.
Yep.
And I want a Lego Doctor. I don't even care about owning this game. I just want to own Lego Doctor.
And here's the big reveal right here. Yep.
Oh shit!
Sonic the Hedgehog. Time to go fast, guys. Time to go fast, fellas.
I'm just gonna buy these Lego sets. I'm not gonna buy the game. I'm just gonna have the Lego sets.
What's good about, like I said, what's good about this game is that they're expanding from the original game. Like they're not you don't have to buy another game altogether. If you already own the game, you already got this set already. You already got these sets already set up for you already.
Dude, that's awesome.
So
I like the fact that you don't have to buy a whole new anything. Everything works.
yeah, so it's like you able to play all the stuff, like you able to play Sonic, you be able to play Adventure Time, the A-Team, all that stuff in like one go, and like while still using the same set if you brought the original one. So that's one of the cool things I like.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, like the rumor right now is that they showed off 16 new franchises.
Mm-hmm.
The official count might be up to like more than 20 at this point. So there's stuff they haven't shown us off. They haven't shown off yet.
How did they pull that off? I guess is my bigger question.
It's because a lot of it has to do with the fact that a lot of it is Warner Brothers related stuff.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like Harry Potter, that's Warner Brothers. That's Warner Brothers games. That's like that's Warner Brothers, so they can easily get all the stuff from Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Goonies, that's a Warner Brothers property. Apparently Lego Batman, like that's the Lego Batman the movie.
Yeah, Warner Brothers has the rights for all the DC stuff.
DC and also the Lego movies as well. So and it's like what they had a deal with Universal when they got. Thank you, Wilder, for on Twitch for following us. That was really fucking loud. Anyways,
we have way more fun videos than us watching trailers, but this is trailer time.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, so they had it already. They already had an established agreement with they had an already
Universal,
with Universal with the Jurassic World.
Back to the Future and Jurassic World.
Yeah, Back to the Future. So I'm pretty sure they have access to the entire library of shows. With another rumored show they have, another rumored series is Knight Rider.
I want a Lego kit.
Mm-hmm.
I also want them to get the Universal monsters if they don't.
Oh, that'd be so cool! I just want Frankenstein.
I just want the little minifigs like hanging out on my desk.
Yeah, I just want
Lego Frankenstein, Lego Wolfman.
Yeah, dude, that's right. That'd be so cool. So Archetype 7 says, so yet another E3 and no Metroid. Fuck you, Nintendo. Yeah, that's why we're doing this.
This has been a generally weak E3 in my opinion.
Except for Sony. Except for your name is Sony. Everything else is like.
Well, Sony wins clear winner. Sony is the clear winner. But in terms of games in general, this just doesn't feel like last year. I actually got excited about a lot of titles, even though they ended up being things that either didn't turn out to be that great or got delayed to this year.
Yeah.
And so when stuff gets delayed, I'm not as excited the second year. Watch Dogs. We were talking about that yesterday when we were seeing the 2 trailer. Part 1, they showed that off like what, 2011, 2012?
2012, yeah.
So by the time it came out in like 2014 or 15 or whatever it was, I just ceased caring. I was like, you know what? You've been teasing me for this for way too long. I just don't care anymore. And I know that it will not live up to the hype, and surprise, it didn't. So, it's that kind of thing. Versus, let's just say Ubisoft showed off Assassin's Creed subtitle. Assassin's Creed Civil War. Okay, we finally can run around and we can assassinate President Lincoln. We can play as John Wilkes Booth. It'll be badass.
Right.
Okay. But they just do a quick little tease for it, showing Ford's Theater, showing John Wilkes Booth, and then it just goes Assassin's Creed, Civil War. And then it cuts to, like, you know, Tony Stark and Steve Rogers looking at each other really angrily.
Like,
And then it just says coming 2018. And I go, you know what? That's a good enough tease. You didn't show me any gameplay. You showed me Ford's Theater and Captain America was about to murder President Lincoln. And that's good enough for me. And by the way, that'd be a really screwed up version of history. To save America, I need to kill the president who saved America.
Anyway.
To which Grant goes, me? That's true. Grant was technically the one more successful in this thing than Lincoln. Lincoln just did a lot of speeches. Grant actually got his ass out in the wilderness and got shot at multiple times. Civil War history, folks. There's economic issues.
All right, so I loaded up. I showed you off the next trailer.
Yeah, I heard. I just saw it popped up. I could see the first word of it, but that's all I saw. I saw one word. So now I see the whole title.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is. Cool.
Yeah, that's why it's when you see the trailer, you're like, what? Really?
I like the idea of seeing things where it's a title where I go, I don't necessarily know what that is. Like with Berserk, I obviously know what it was. I saw part of Lego Dimensions trailer before, but apparently I hadn't seen that ending part because that was completely new to me. I think I saw part of like the beginning. I was like, yeah, I know this stuff. That's the reason I could had my almost pre-prepared jokes of like this game is sexist because it has male Ghostbusters.
Right. Love this.
But, yeah.
Go on. Saber says, I love this reaction. Only Nintendo would strip their main characters' pants off and light them on fire in front of millions. Yep.
Yes.
You are fucking... Well, whoever said it was on fucking point. Okay, so you already loaded up?
Yeah.
All right.
And click when you can.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
Yes, Agents of Mayhem trailer. I have no idea what this is. I haven't even heard of this. Oh, it's Deep Silver. Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Not just Deep Silver, it's Volition.
Volition, yeah.
Energy for all, limitless and free.
This is a cinematic trailer, so it's like you don't expect any gameplay. But it's what it is at the end when you figure out, when you see what it is, like, oh shit.
Is this doing like a sci-fi Saints Row kind of thing?
You'll see. I love it. It does the thing I like from like Skyward this new Zelda game where it's like it looks like if you look very closely it is cel shaded, but it really isn't.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm trying to figure out a name for this art style. So like it looks like a comic book, but it has its own unique design to it.
Haha! Looks like you found some trouble. All right, who needs killing first? Go get him, girl.
Bullets. Our last chair. Your pathetic resistance is amusing. But I have better things to
Here's
do.
the thing is, if this was the new Kojima game, I also would believe it.
Yeah, I believe it too. I thought for a while it was too. But then I saw this, I'm like, no, he'd be a lot more subtle with it.
Fucking Barrett shows up.
Cause but here's the thing, I knew what it was from after that part. I'm like, oh, don't tell me that this is what I think it is. And by the end of the trailer, you're like, oh shit, it is. It's like when you figure it out, you're like, oh yeah, this totally is what like you can totally see the progression of this franchise going to this point.
I'm just loving how over the top this whole thing is.
I wouldn't say a clone.
Bobby, any word from the studio? Actually, Maury, let me call you back.
Nah, it's not an Overwatch clone. I hope not.
Take this.
Yo, stunt double.
Oh man.
And he's dead.
Shit, man, where were you?
Seriously, Babylon got away.
Guys, you worry too much. The sequel just got greenlit.
Miss Brimstone, your so-called specialists just tore up downtown Seoul. We're paying you to raise an army of agents, not a street
If
gang.
you are getting cold feet, then go beg someone else to save the world from Legion. Otherwise, just sign the checks and shut up.
And here's the big reveal right here about what this game was really about.
A street gang?
Oh yeah. This is the natural evolution of the. This was the natural evolution of the Silver of the Steel City Saints. They became like vigilantes.
Well, based on like part 4 and the weird superhero theme of that one, you may as well move it into. I mean, this looks like this is, yeah, the natural evolution. I mean, part 4 had a superhero kind of Matrixy theme to it. I mean, that was the whole point of that game. They're also doing a great Mass Effect parody as well.
Oh yeah. Mass Effect and also Metal Gear.
And Metal Gear, yes, that's true. And for them to just basically like, hey, we're just gonna give you the superhero powers again, and just go and hopefully have co-op and just blow the crap out of it.
It's basically Saints Row G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I'm hoping that this is
This is the G.I. Joe game I've wanted for so long. Over the top guys fighting bad guys.
All with like stupid code names and
stupid gimmicks and stupid gimmicks, super personalities. I'm 1000% in, knowing the fact that it's also part of this, like knowing that's part of the of the Saints Row universe.
The Saints universe, yeah.
It's like I know they have one hand on their like saluting, the other hand on their crotch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as they know how to pay homage, but they also know, at the same time to know at what point that would make a parody.
Saints Row is one of the best GTA parodies, just in general, and 2 takes it up even another notch. But 1, had such mixed reactions from people. Because you had the people who go like, "Wait, is this supposed to be a joke?" And it's like, yes, it is.
That's a joke. And then you play 2, you're like, oh, okay, I get the joke. 3 hits you over the head with like how much of a joke it is. And if you're not part of the joke by 4, then I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, where have you been?
That's what I love. I was like, if you're not if you don't get the joke by 4, I don't know. I don't know you anymore.
There's an internet reviewer. I don't remember which guy, but I remember one of them like complained that the game that part 4 was too over the top, and I'm like, no, it's not.
I love how the thing is.
You are wrong.
No, the thing is, I love how over the top 4 was. Anytime I can save the world while in a floating missile while Aerosmith plays.
Yeah,
that's amazing. By the way, spoilers of part 4 in the beginning part of the game. Aerosmith. I don't want to lose a thing. Starts playing as you're trying to disarm a missile.
Yeah.
Also, Rowdy Piper joins your team. That's the greatest part ever.
Is that like his last role before he died?
No, he did other things. That was like a year after, that was 2 years afterwards. He died after that.
Yeah, but how many other like TV shows or video games?
He appeared on like various Raws, and he appeared on various other things as well, like low budget movies. But it's like, it's so funny because it's like he's parodying fucking They Live, because like at one point, because it's like at one point it's like you get Keith David. Literally, you get Keith David. Like there is no illusion as it's really fucking Keith David. Like it's not him. It's not him playing a character. It's literally him.
That's awesome.
So at one point,
he's still. I assume his character is still there, and then you also have.
No, it's just Keith David.
Oh, okay.
That's the funniest part. It's just Keith David. So at one point, like
has it like the top 5 best voices ever, and possibly number 1 on that list.
But no, I was gonna say the thing is about him is like at one point like he backstabs the Saints, sells them off to the aliens, He just starts growing more and more paranoid. He's like, we gotta get the only guy that can stop him. And it's like Rowdy Piper appears. And I'm like, okay, this is officially the greatest game ever. That's when you get Rowdy Piper.
I think if I ever met Keith David, I think the only question I'd have for him would be, what's it like fighting Rowdy Piper?
I'm very sure he's had asked that question. I'm very sure he's like, it's like he stiffs the fuck out of you.
It shows like his questions. Number 1 is like anything related to They Live. Number 2, like by 90% of his questions. Number 1, They Live questions. 5% of his questions, Gargoyles questions. 5% of his questions, Mass Effect questions, and then 0% is Officer and a Gentleman. He's like, come on, ask me some Officer and the Gentleman questions.
Oh yeah, he was in that movie. Fuck.
Yes, he was. He's in a lot of other stuff. I just chose his 3 things that nerds would talk about. And then the movie that was recently on cable, and I was like, oh, there's Keith David. He's in An Officer and a Gentleman.
All right,
I totally forgot about that.
I'm going to load up the next trailer up for us.
Yeah, go for it. Honestly, I might actually have Mass. I don't know what I'd ask him about Mass Effect. I think my percentages are about accurate on there. But yes, I'm sure everyone has some They Live questions.
There's gonna be 2 trailers we're gonna see from this game, so.
But just before we leave Agents of Mayhem completely, and since I gotta take a second for this to load, the one thing I'm kind of hoping for that game is it's kind of like Crackdown. I loved Crackdown, and while I have zero intention of getting an Xbox One because they just don't have enough games for me to be interested, except for Crackdown, which, again, I need to have for co-op-y times with friends who are into co-op-y stuff. I'd rather just have a game similar to that for another system, and I love the Infamous games as well, because I like having the superpowers in the whole city, and basically any game in that free roaming city plus superpowers combination. But if this game is free roaming city, maybe not superpowers per se, but like G.I. Joe gimmicks, and then you can throw in some co-op, this may become my new Crackdown kind of variant. Because in Crackdown you did have the superpowers, but like half the time you're running around with your machine gun or your grenades or whatever anyways, depending on how you wanted to play in that game. And I'm in the mentality of, I'm hoping Agents of Mayhem is like Crackdown in the sense that I can co-op with people, and we can run around and blow up everything and just have a good time.
I want to say too. I think Saints Row 4 is more like Crackdown, in my opinion. Even more so than the actual Crackdown, because like at one point you you can get vehicles, but then you just your vehicles and weapons just become obsolete to your abilities you can get in the game.
Yeah.
Just like in Crackdown, it's like, okay, cool, I get to drive around and do stuff, but it's like by the time you get to a certain point where your superpowers just not even midway, it's like 1/3 of the game. You're like at one point it's like, I don't need a fucking car. I'm just gonna fly to where I need to go.
You get your agility up to a certain point, and you can outrun cars easy.
Yeah.
In Crackdown 2, you don't have a flight. You do have I think you have a glider thing you get near the end of the game, but it's not really flight. It's just you jump off the building, you can glide a little bit.
Well, you do the Superman thing. You do the Superman. You leap from a tall building from a seagull.
I love the superhero landing.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's what you do when you land, the 3-point landing.
I love the fact that Deadpool does the whole coins it the superhero landing. Like, it is. It also seems like it would really hurt your hand.
Yeah.
You land your fist on the ground, and I'm like, that would freaking hurt.
Well, I think your hand would be the last thing, because you gotta land on your knees as well.
Which would also hurt.
So I think more so your knees are gonna be the one that's gonna take the blunt of it instead of your hands.
Yeah. It just seems like the superhero landing is just a bad choice.
Yeah. Like, it works for Iron Man because he's in a suit of armor, but it's like, Superman?
Or Superman because he's invincible.
Yeah, but like, if Batman does it, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, Batman?
I just hears him falling to the knee, on the ground holding both his knees. I should have done the stealth thing. Why'd I do that? The stealth thing looks cooler too, because they just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, so it's like, this just... Yeah, why did I make myself a target by doing this? Now I broke both of my legs. Anyways, are you ready?
Yeah, we are. We can continue with our superhero talk after this trailer. Or during this trailer.
Yeah, because it's a superhero game that we're going to check out.
Count it down.
3, 2, 1, and go.
So we all knew this was coming, but I'm curious to see what it's going to look like.
Well, the thing about the game though, it's like Ed Boon was like teasing either this or another either Mortal Kombat 11, this or another combat pack for Mortal Kombat 10. And I would have been sufficed with either this or another combat pack for Mortal Kombat So it's like, you know, that's so like, you know, in some ways I'm really happy that that they went for Injustice 2.
Yeah.
Because that means, okay, if they're getting a full time to this game, that means that Mortal Kombat 10 is gonna have a little bit more, like, you know, they can at least take out a combat pack and give like their B team something to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then do like a combat pack 3 to prolong the life of Mortal Kombat 10.
Yeah.
I mean, this trailer doesn't really show much. Yeah, it's a cinematic trailer. It's a really good cinematic.
Yeah.
It's really good. If anything, NetherRealm knows how to really make a trailer like this. Or in WB games in general, they know how to fucking like sell you on a game without even like showing you nothing of gameplay footage.
Mm-hmm.
But the good news is that when it comes to something like NetherRealm, this is the part that mind fucked me right there. This Supergirl appearing, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But again, too, I think they're trying to capitalize on the TV show.
Well, I'm fine with her being in the game though. You have Darkseid in there too, because he was been teased for a while now.
Well, there's a lot of other characters that need to be in the game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
My only issue with the first game is the fighting system felt a little too floaty, and I know that's not a great descriptor for stuff that doesn't. But I know that there's people I've talked to who either agree with me or go, "Yeah, it's a little different, but I got used to it." I just didn't want to get used to it, so I played it at a friend's house. I never bought a copy. I enjoyed it. I watched the entirety through the story mode of my friend playing through the story, and kick-ass story. Loved the story of that. I actually liked the prequel comic they did as well.
Yeah, the prequel comic's really good. I think that's like the best thing that came out of all this, everything that came out of Injustice. The comic is the one that people talk about the most. Anyways, I linked you to the next thing, which is actually gameplay of the game.
Oh, awesome!
Which should reveal some even more characters that we haven't seen before yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the nice part about the DCU is there's just a ton of characters you can play with.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. So after this, I'll explain a little bit about what the new mechanic is with this game, because there isn't like a new mechanic at play with this game.
You appear feeble.
I punch above my weight.
One thing to note, like, if you see Atrocitus come out, he has Dexstar with him.
Your head on a plate.
Oh. All I needed was Garage. I don't care about any other character now. Nice superhero. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about some of these new characters, I think.
All right, all right. The floor is yours.
Okay, I need confirmation. Was that Blue Beetle that I saw?
No, I think what you saw was Black Manta.
Oh, I don't care then. I thought it was Blue Beetle. I was going to actually get really excited there for a minute, going like, yes! Get my B-listers some love.
But there is rumors that
Gold,
he is in
like,
the game.
Mr.
The
Gold action.
rumored list of new characters that might be in the game.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing, Booster Gold,
Cool. Nice.
John Constantine.
Oh.
And
wow.
I think Blue
Gives
Beetle
money,
were like the 4 rumored new characters that would be part of this game.
I'm in for all of those. All those are my they're my B-list squad, you know. I love my B-lister DC heroes. I feel they never get enough love. It's one of the reasons I really liked Injustice. The expansions added in, where you got Zatanna and you got who was one of the villains they gave you. It was one of like the lesser known villains, but totally worth having in there. Oh god,
Lobo.
There's Lobo. Lobo. Well, no, Lobo's not it. Lobo was awesome. Yes, he was needed in that game, but that wasn't who I was thinking of.
Well, I'm thinking like any other character. Like okay, General Zod was in the game.
Yeah, he was also expected.
Scorpion was in the game.
Yeah, that's the one character that was the DC character I was really hoping for.
Yeah, the greatest character, the greatest DC. Who else was part of that list? Hold on.
I know the expansion had more than just Zatanna that made me happy.
Yeah.
Although Zatanna could basically beat anyone in the DCU if she actually chose to.
Okay.
She's so OP.
The DLC characters were Lobo, Batgirl, Scorpion, General Zod, Martian Manhunter, and Zatanna.
It was Martian Manhunter. Sorry, it wasn't a villain at all. I wanted Martian Manhunter, and Martian Manhunter and Zatanna made me happy when I saw those on the list. I was like, yes. Because Martian Manhunter, dude, he can phase through stuff. That already made. I mean, he's basically a ripoff of Vision, but I don't care. He's an awesome ripoff of Vision. And his weakness is fire, which turns out is also most humans' weaknesses. Because if I lit you on fire, Ramses, much like the Martian Manhunter, you'd be in an extreme amount of pain.
Yeah, I would.
One of that weakness when I was younger, going like, "His weakness is fire." That's so dumb, and it's like, yeah, that's a human weakness too. And I'm like, yeah, that's what makes it dumb. Is that like, that's something humans are weak against? You should be weak against water, or something like that. Something that's normal for us.
Or
like an alien who is weak against water. That would be really cool. Because 10 years later, Science comes out. Well, that was kind of dumb. But for Martian Manhunter, I think it would make more sense if he was weak against water or something, because Mars not really known for its water.
Mm-hmm.
And so if he was weak against water, and now he has to live on Earth where we're 75% water, just the fun animosity between him and, like, say, Aquaman. It's just
like get the fuck out of here. Awesome. I don't want to talk to you. Fuck you.
You offend me on so many levels. Aquaman just walks off. Just trying to storm me up. I'm going back to the Watchtower. All of you guys could go to hell.
Yeah, bring the water guy. Make the water guy more important than me. Like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I'm here stuck here all day. The reason why I'm stuck here in the Watchtower, you motherfuckers. I don't want to be near this. I don't want to be this like, you know, water breathing motherfucker.
But I like Supergirl joining the team. I think that's a good choice. I was kind of surprised she didn't make the DLC for the first game, and I like the voice they have for her actually.
People are theorizing that it's Melissa Benoist who plays Supergirl on a TV show.
Huh.
Well, she's been tight-lipped about anything, and like after she's been tight-lipped for the last couple of days about anything about it. So it's like it might be true.
Huh. She's significantly better at voiceover than she is at like live-action acting.
Shut up. I really like. But this is coming from a person I really.
Every clip I've seen of the Supergirl TV series, everyone sounds wooden as fuck.
I don't know. For me, it's because I really love Supergirl. I really love Supergirl as a TV show. So like,
I'm sure the show's gotten better, but like all the promotional stuff CBS did for it was just super wooden, and I was just like, I can't get into.
Well, guess what? Guess what? Now they're gonna shoehorn her into the Felicity verse. As I'm calling it now, because it's like, oh my god, like everything has to revolve around that dumb. Anyways.
Yeah, I'll catch up on Arrow, and we'll have a long bitch session.
Oh, that's gonna be the epic session where I'm just gonna like go on my like tirade. Anyways, the thing is, it's like I'm really happy that Supergirl's in it. It's like, yeah, because it's like, you know, in the main game, it's like the only other person that can see that can take on Superman would have been Doomsday. But even then, in the game, like in the game story, it's like you can see him taming Doomsday, and it's just like you need kind of like this opposite force, like, you know, to if you're gonna stop fascist Superman. The only person I can think of that might be able to stop a fascist Superman would be would be Supergirl, because she's just equally as proud as he is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy they have her. The one that surprised me was Atrocitus. I know you're not the biggest fan of Atrocitus, but I'm like,
yeah. No, I love the Red Lanterns. I didn't like the comic. Like, I like them as characters. I loved them in the Green Lantern CG series, and because they added some new ones too, which was kind of nice, with Razor, and I think they had one or two other new guys in there as well. I love the Red Lanterns. I like the concept. I've wanted to cosplay as Dexter for a while now.
yeah.
So I do like these characters. I just thought the Red Lanterns comic was just way too much of Atrocitus sitting around going like, what is anger anyways? I'm going to talk about stuff from a Philosophy 101 class. And I'm like, or you could go and get really pissed off and light guys on fire.
Yeah.
That's also fun. No, if you guys want to be... The problem is this. The Red Lanterns work really good as villains. They work really poorly as heroes. Unless you want to do something like they did in like season 2, I think it was season 2, or end of season 1 of the Green Lantern animation, where Razor was like changing his ways sort of, and like in this weird position of, I need to use my rage to use my powers, but because I'm kind of happy and have friends and stuff, I don't feel the same anger and I don't know what to do. And I'm
And that
crisis.
led to one of my favorite moments that will never come to fucking fruition. He starts a really deep love and feelings towards Aya, and then he goes fucks off, and guess what happens? A Blue Lantern ring starts following him.
Yeah, and I'm like, season 3 would have been amazing.
And I was like, why didn't we get that?
A Red Lantern character works really well if you're going to follow him through that kind of stuff. It's the trying to figure out who he is and losing touch on the anger and being more into, being lost in the emotional spectrum. You could do a lot with that. The problem is when you want to just have the whole team go out and like fight stuff, that's fine. Just give them some villain who's a bigger villain than them to beat up on.
Pretty much, yeah.
Freaking outer space in the DCU, you have a crap ton of characters. Hell, if I was given Red Lanterns, my first story arc would be War World. I would have to. I would just friggin' somehow, some way, Mongol got like 1 or 2 Red Lanterns, and it's like, we're going to have an awesome tournament. And of course, the Grand Champion faces me, who they could never beat. Superman beat you. Shut up! You shut up! That never happened.
And guess what? He still has. And guess what? The big twist. He still has this Sinestro Corp ring.
Yeah, because you could just whole cool like battle tournament fighting all these weird aliens and even B-list villains and C-list villains from space that people might recognize. And then you finally get to the Mongol fight. You have the fight, and he starts to lose. He's like, I didn't think I'd have to pull this out, and it puts on the Sinestro Corps ring, and it's just like, oh shit, things just got real.
Yeah, because the thing is like I said,
it was such a good arc.
Yeah, why are we not writers on DC? Oh yeah, that's right. Because we're bankrupt because we're too good and we're bankrupt in about a week.
Well, I figure any comic studio I go to and I say, look, it's basically a manga style fighting tournament, and they'll immediately throw me out.
Sit down for me 1 second here. It's Yu Yu Hakusho, but done better. It's just fuck you.
Because it's the one thing that I feel that comics don't have is they don't have those really cool badass like fighting arcs. And I'm not going to do it like Bleach or Naruto style where we need 10 issues for one fight. Each issue will be 1 or 2 fights. I'll make the fight. I won't draw it out too long. I'm not going to try to do 100 chapters for the fighting tournament arc. But a fighting tournament arc would be pretty awesome when you have all these characters with these kinds of powers and you need to do something with them. And I'm like, there's a place for this. There's a whole friggin' planet, an insane population dedicated to just gladiatorial combat. Or not always a planet, but sometimes a planet that is dedicated to gladiatorial combat. Why not? Yes, there's certain series where when it works so well, but you could do a whole like event comic. I mean, hell, they kind of have on Marvel. I mean, Marvel's kind of done that with some of their things of like the Secret Wars 1 and Secret Wars 3 both kind of just being in several cases, let's just get all our action figures and have them beat each other up.
Yeah, Jim Shooter was like, okay, I'm gonna put these action figures inside the dryer and see what the end result is.
Yeah, and that'll be that. The Spider-Man figure melted. Now he's all black. Now I guess we have to do it. Black suit Spider-Man, people, figure it out.
The color washed out of my Spider-Man figure. Well, he's black now. But no, like going back to the game, it's like I'm really happy about the choices. Like, okay, you got Trusted, you got Supergirl, and then you got Gorilla Grodd. You were actually commenting about that.
Yes, because I mean, the fact that he was able to show up in the Flash TV show in and of itself is kind of amazing.
I don't know if you saw, but go on.
I think it's because I got introduced to Planet of the Apes as a very young child. So when I eventually came across Grodd, I was like, oh, this guy's amazing because he's just Planet of the Apes, but he's like what they should have been. He's just invincible, badass, and then they give him the mental powers and stuff to make him even more powerful. And I'm like, yes, let's do this. Planet of the Apes, bitches. So I don't know why I have like a weird obsession with that character.
Well, not just that. It's like one of the things I noticed about his move list is that, for example, if you saw in that short clip where you're fighting, he actually takes control of you. He does that. He does that. I don't know if you played Mortal Kombat 9, but he does like the thing with Quan Chi where he like possesses you and makes you hit yourself.
Oh god, yeah, that's annoying.
He does that, and I'm like, that's really cool that you can actually do that in the game.
Yeah.
Because like, that's something that that is something that what's his face that is something definitely Gorilla Grodd would do. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking deal with you. I'm just gonna mind warp you and make you do punches for a couple minutes.
And I love the fact that he's a guy who could crush you physically or crush you mentally. It's whatever he's in the mood for. And I think I also like that as a villain because there's very few villains who are in that category of, yeah, I'm both physically superior and mentally superior. You know, usually if you have like the brains villain, he doesn't usually have the brawn to back it up. And if you have the brawn villain, doesn't usually have the brains to back it up. And this one has both.
Mm-hmm.
And even more so than some of your brains brawn villains, like say General Zod is a very brains brawn when written properly. Unless he's in a movie, then he's freaking retarded.
Yeah.
But and I'm putting that for both movies. I'm not saying he was smart in Superman 2 either. he's always an idiot in both movies.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on fucking. Don't get me started on Batman vs Superman.
Oh, is he in it? I thought he was
yes. You know, I might as well just say because like I know you're never gonna go. You're never gonna like.
I'm never gonna watch it. I thought I'm fairly certain when you get your head snapped like that kind of ends your life.
Well, apparently Lex Luthor like had a bug up his butt to be like, okay, I'm gonna resurrect this guy. I have a way to resurrect him, and he found out that he went through his ship, and he told him, yeah, you can resurrect him. You can totally fucking resurrect him. But the thing is, it's like because of like he's with human DNA, he becomes a monster, and that's where that Doomsday monster appears.
Wait, so Zod becomes Doomsday?
Yes.
Ow! I think something just broke in my brain. What?
Yes. So Lex Luthor takes the body of fucking General Zod. And because General Zod had these evil intentions in his brain to like do all these evil things, he got kind of like he became kind of warped because of that, and now he's like this like mindless monster that wants to kill everything.
Yeah, because everyone always forgets that his honorific is general. A general is a leader of troops. A general is a strategist. You know, but everyone was like, oh, he's a military, therefore he likes to punch things. And I'm like, go historically. I'm fairly certain Eisenhower and, well, Grant probably got in his set of fist fights, but Zachary Taylor and Patton probably got in a lot of fist fights too. And MacArthur, crap. Okay, bad examples. But you do have a few that were like the thinking men's, generals historically. Yes, you'll have your Pattons. Yes, you'll have your Grants who are a little bit more scrappy. But even then, Patton had strategies for how to fight Rommel. It wasn't just, let's find Rommel and punch him in the face. It was, we need to, like, trap this guy and get him off balance and have him not know where we're going to hit next. You know, he was thinking crap out. Yes, if Patton had the chance, he would MMA Rommel one-on-one and just have it be the determining factor. I'm sure he'd probably be a boxer. But it's like, yeah, boxing match, you, me, let's settle it now. No troops dying. But generals think stuff through, but every time Zod appears in live action, he's just like, I want to punch things! Strategy? That's for losers. Like, no. What makes you more than a match for Superman is you have the strategy and you have the combat skills. your brains and brawn. The very rare combination that doesn't show up too often. When Lex Luthor wants to be brawn, he has to put on friggin' power armor. You know, I mean, there's not a lot of villains who are the brains and brawn side of things. Usually, like I said, it's one or the other. And this goes for Marvel as well. It's very hard for me to think of any Marvel villains who are brains and brawn. I mean, you could argue Red Skull, I guess.
I was gonna say Doctor Doom, but
Doctor Doom, yeah, is in that category as well but mostly through technology. But I'm still gonna let the technology. Oh, and magic.
Yeah.
Because he is ultimate villain of genius plus technology plus magic. And yeah, Doctor Doom. But again, Doctor Doom is one of your I mean, technically, depending on how he's written, Loki can sometimes be a physical fighter as well. Though I think he's better when he's not. I like him more as just pure brains and manipulation, and then a little bit of magic to back him to protect himself, but not so much I'm going to pull out a sword and sword fight you. Though he has been written that way a couple of times, and I'm always like, I don't like when you're the Skeletor to Thor's He-Man. I like when you're the Lex Luthor to Thor's Superman. You're like, oh yeah, you beat me, but guess what? I'm really smart, and you can't prove that I was the one who set all this shit up. So laters.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, Blondie.
Yeah, brother. Fuck you, brother. I'm gonna go to the bar and get me some ale.
Yeah, I'm gonna excuse me. I'm gonna let all these fangirls splooge on me.
Yeah. Oh, what? You don't have fangirls? Why don't you go emo and then give your hammer to your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah,
I am emo now. Ex-girlfriend, take my hammer and go date the Falcon. That'll be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, spoilers for the current comics. Jane Thor is dating the Falcon, which is really weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a pairing that feels so like. Again, that's the gym shooter puts all the toys in the washing machine, you know, and just added it. Well, Falcon and the female Thor are connected to each other now, so I guess they're dating. Like, it's the same thing when I was reading, the not Civil War, because God forbid they ever show this scene, but in the Free Comic Book Day Civil War prologue, they show War Machine and Captain Marvel are together, and I'm like, when did that start? I'm not against this pairing, but it seems really random to me. And I'm like, I don't know. One, I thought Rhodey had a wife.
I thought so
my
too.
bad on that one.
Thanks a lot.
So, and I hope he's not cheating on his wife with Captain Marvel. That's kind of messed up. I mean, because your wife's probably a civilian, and cheating on her for a superhero is kind of unfair to the civilian. But I don't know. I guess maybe his wife disappeared after Secret Wars. Someone forgot he had a wife. I don't know. And I don't care enough about War Machine to look up that information. It's just when I see them kissing, and I'm like, I'm with you, Black Panther. This is awkward and weird, and I want to be in another room.
Mm-hmm.
So Black Panther's like, I'm not comfortable with this, and I'm like, I'm not either. It's interesting, and it's so strange to me because I'm like, it's just such a randomized couple. There's certain couples where I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Like for some reason I had no problem with Valkyrie getting together with Venom for a while. Flash Thompson Venom. I was kind of fine with that. It seems to make sense to me for some reason, but I guess because War Machine and Captain Marvel, they've known each other for years, I would have assumed I would have seen anything of them flirting in the last, couple of decades that they've been on the same team. Then to see them together as a couple now feels out of place. And so that's what it is. For anyone who's, like, any of our listeners who are like, why do you hate this couple? It just seems so random.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Like, at least if the Thor Falcon thing, how it came across in the comics is just after a victory, Thor just grabs Falcon and kisses him, and it feels like she could have kissed any of the Avengers she was near. She happened to just grab Falcon, or Captain America, whatever you want to call it. Sam. There you go. Call him Sam. She grabs Sam and kisses him, and I'm like, yeah, okay, so how this relationship kind of started was out of, like, the glory of victory. I'm going to kiss someone out of, like, just, yes, victory! You! And I was like, okay, the origin of this relationship is kind of, it's a random choice, but the origin works for me. And then seeing, Sam spends time with Jane when she's not in her Thor persona, it's like, oh, I kind of like these two. It was shocking to me to just kind of see it as like out of nowhere, but then as it developed really well. Versus, it's like War Machine is dating Captain Marvel and now he's dead. Oh, spoilers for the beginning of Civil War. Rhodey dies. Civil War 2, not the movie or the original comic series, the movie, Rhodey dies. And it's just, it felt so out of nowhere because it's like, we're a couple, now I'm dead. And I'm like, that's very soap opera. It almost feels like something from the X-Men. It's
Yeah,
like,
but at least if it was done by the X-Men, it'd be done a lot better.
yes, because they usually take time to develop that relationship.
And then also too, they play around more with the finishes of Scott Summers as well.
Yes.
They're
Or Wolverine. Because God forbid Wolverine ever have a relationship that can last beyond death.
no, because the thing is like the thing that always amuses me is the fact that okay, Mr. Sinister, your main goal as a villain is that you want your prey on Scott Summers' fetish on red hairs.
Well, he's trying to use them to make like the ultimate life form or whatever.
Yeah, but still, it's like that. If you break it down to its most basic core, it's like, you're just fucking around with you're just fucking around with Cyclops' love for like red hairs.
And by the way, a manipulation that started when Cyclops was at the orphanage because he made like a young clone of himself so his young clone could torment Scott Summers and like drive him to like develop his mutant powers and find, not trust anyone. So that when Sinister could put a redhead in his life that he could trust, it was like, aha! Now I have essentially sets you up with a fetish that will haunt you for the rest of your days.
Oh my god, comics are weird, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
How the fuck did we go from Injustice to this? Anyways.
No, because we were talking about types of characters. We should probably move on to more trailers. I think more people care.
No,
about
we're done anyways. We're done.
Oh, cool. So I hope you've enjoyed the spoilers for Batman vs Superman and Civil War 2.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't think anybody else is watching, but like, I had the Nintendo conference like on mute here, so that's fine. So there was at least something on screen while we were talking all this.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I wanted to touch upon with Injustice going way back into it was the fact is that they were trying to what they were trying to do with Injustice is that they're gonna have like I don't know if you saw, but everyone has armors now.
Yeah, I saw like some armor form things. Well, here's the thing: is because they did the alternate dimension stuff in the first game.
Yeah.
That gives you a lot of options for where you want to draw characters from and what kind of world you want to work with. And I really kind of like that. So the only thing I didn't like in the original, and I know they needed to do it for a reason, but in the original Injustice, I wasn't super keen on. Oh, by the way, here's this magical pill that'll all make us like way more durable.
Well, I guess with the armor, it negates that now. It's just like, oh, by the way, now we have super armor to fight Superman. But wait, Superman has a super. So I think I'm starting to like because the only things I heard about the game is like from I've been hearing from rumors. I don't know if you saw. I don't know like how the stuff works for the deal like for the buy all the skins, the alternate skins for in Overwatch.
No, I don't.
Okay, so in Overwatch, basically you can buy all the skins.
Mm-hmm.
There's one of a couple of ways you can do. You can earn the skins through points. The game can give you skins, or you can buy the skins. They're all not necessary. But you can do one of those three. So they're gonna use that same model for Injustice.
Okay.
So you're gonna have so your Superman is gonna be very different from my Batman. That's why there's a heavy emphasis on showing you different showing you different armors for each character. Because like for example, your Gorilla Grodd will be different from my Gorilla Grodd, and maybe aesthetically, I don't know if they're gonna like give you like different buffs for each armor. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be aesthetically. It's like just so you can make it look. If one looks cooler than the other. Because like I saw some of the stuff that for Batman, it's like you look like Arkham Knight now. You look like not Jason Todd.
Yeah.
In some of these armors, so I wouldn't be surprised if like some of the armors and stuff like that is linked to you. It links to your like like aesthetics and also linked to like other like universes as well.
Yeah, it'll come down to like what the options are, and again, I like the idea of you could earn them other ways than just having to buy them all the time. Now, granted, it'd be nice if it's one of those like, oh, here's the let's just call it a combat pack, even though it'll be called a justice pack or whatever. and it has this new character and these 5 new skins, and I'm okay, sure, I'm fine with that. It's the when I go like let's just pull out a random 2 words for a game title like streets and fighter.
Fighter.
Okay, that sounds really generic. I doubt there's any games called Street Fighter, but having like $5 to get me like 3 skins or something like that is just not like that's not how my mind works. That's not what I find acceptable. Like for example, if there was a game called Dead or Alive and there was like $300 worth of DLC, it would just kind of really bother me on a certain point, and how bullshit that is. So
And it's still and the DLC still coming out. By the way, they just announced another new DLC pack.
Yeah.
So we're about we're about to be in $1,000 mark apparently.
Yeah, the price for all the DLCs has just gotten to the point of retarded, and at least if you have the PC version, I'm sure there's some hack arounds and there's going to be some fan mods and stuff that are probably better than what you could get anyways. But versus something like the way NetherRealm seems to have done it with the first 2 Mortal Kombats and even a first Injustice, is everything was very much just like, yeah, we're going to give you a pack, and the pack might cost $5 to $10, but it's going to have like a character and some extra skins and some extra missions and maybe a new background for one of the stages or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, with the way NetherRealm does it is you get a lot for your money. But at the same time, if I can just go and say, oh, if you do 200 fights as Green Arrow, you get the Arrow skin. And if you do a 20-hit combo with Arrow, you get his Darkest Night variation. And if you do...
And you suffer through like 90 minutes of listening dialogue, you get this costume for the TV show.
Yeah. Where you could have all these variations, or you're playing as Hal Jordan, and it's like, oh, if you do, this task X amount of times, you can get his Parallax version. If you do this task X amount of times, you can get his Black Lantern version.
Well, that's what they're doing with Street Fighter 5. That's what they're trying. That's basically so like. I mean that that was their model from the very beginning. It's like you could earn points you could earn credit to buy all that stuff right at the bat. The only thing you pay for is for costumes, which is aesthetically. New characters and stuff, and any new mode is either given to you or you can earn it through credit in the game.
Okay, so I'm fine with that.
So it's like, so I know I that's something I've been like hammering down. It's like it's not what you think. It's not like that. Yeah, it's piecemealed, but it's piecemeal that's like at least it's free to earn.
Yeah.
But in terms of like Dead or Alive, that's fucking unacceptable. Fuck it.
Dead or Alive got way over the top with it. In Street Fighter 4, like if you look at the prices for the costumes in Street Fighter 4, it's like highway robbery for like nothing.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff bothers me.
So
and if I'm going to do a DLC thing, I like it to be a decent amount of stuff for my money. And look, I'm a fan of the Tales of games, and alt costumes and Tales tend to cost like $2 for like one costume for a character, and I'm like, bullshit. I totally want the Idolmaster outfit for this character or that character, but I don't want to pay $2 for an Idolmaster outfit, because I could just have my characters walk around in their standard clothes and be perfectly fine.
Yeah. Unless they give you like some sort of buff, then I'm like, okay, fine. I'll take it.
Or use some sort of bonus, then it'd be better in that category. But then you can go to something like Tales of Symphonia, even in the HD version. It was always you unlock the costumes by completing different side quests, and that was always kind of cool that way. And they kept it that way. They didn't put a bunch of Symphonia HD extra costumes. The only difference in Symphonia HD is if you have data, I think, from either Graces or it's Zillia. It's one of the two. You'll get alt costumes from that game. I think it's Graces. And you get alt costumes for the characters that have the Graces outfits for them. Which is kind of cool if you already have the game. I have Graces, so when I play Symphonia, I'll be able to have them dress up like the Graces characters. But it's I like that. I like when that kind of stuff is earned, and then I don't mind buying a new character in a fighting game, as long as it's not an absurd price, and as long as you're not going to release 20 new characters. It's that kind of thing of like, oh yeah, I'll pay $2 for Akuma or whatever. But then it's like, oh, by the way, you're also going to have to buy, and then here's the list of 20 other characters. And I go, no, go fuck yourself. That means you didn't release the full game. And I will give points to Street Fighter on that one. They didn't do that. There's the upgrade to like Arcade Edition, but that upgrade comes with multiple characters and some extra modes and stuff, and that was fine. And then I think there's also the upgrade to Ultra, which frickin' Ultra. Broken Street Fighter 4. Ultra Street Fighter 4 seems like what would happen if Mugen people got a hold of Street Fighter 4's code.
Pretty much, yeah, because it's like, you know, here's...
How broken can we make this game?
Yeah, well, it's more like what happens when you give fan mods the ability to do stuff.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, it's crazy, but logically crazy, if that makes any sense. Because like, it's not like you know, Rainbow Edition where it's like, by the way, you throw a Shoryuken and you see like, this trail like 500 fireballs coming right at you. Yeah, so it's like it's not gonna be that, but it's more along the lines of like, if you do like a sonic boom, you like if you do, depending on like how hard you punch, you can like do 1, 2, or 3, or you do like a flash kick, you do like multiple ones in the air or something like that. So it's something like, okay, so you give fan modders like reasonable like bullshit abilities.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember when I was like, are you kidding me? I think it was like DJs. They just made this like entire moveset kind of like just not. It doesn't feel like the same moveset of before. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Huh.
Yeah, it's like I said, but that kind of stuff I'm fine with as well, because that was also a mode you could turn off.
Yeah. Well, that was optional, and that's not tournament legal either. That's just like, let's fuck around, see what happens.
That's me and my friends want to just have like absurd, over the top Street Fighter fights.
So okay, so here's some of the news that we've been missing here. Apparently, they announced some new amiibos for this game. Will be released around the same time. There's gonna be one with Epona, one with a bow and arrow, and then one of the Guardians, like the things with tentacles from the Matrix.
Yeah.
And then that's another set. And then that's another set of amiibos based on Super Mario. Which is, let me see. Let me try to remember what it was. Like, let me try to get the. Let me try to look. It's actually a really good list. It's like, wow, I kind of want to pick up some of these. Oh, here you go. It's Wario, Waluigi, Daisy, Rosalina, Abu, Donkey Kong, and Diddy Kong. And all these amiibos are gonna have their own Mario Party game based on it. These vanilla Mario characters are all gonna be compatible with the new Mario Party game for the DS. Nice. They just announced as well. But nah, that's the only new news we've seen. It's like, can you show us something new for God's sakes?
I mean, the Zelda and Pokemon footage is nice and all, and the new amiibos, great. And like I said, I was looking over the list of games on the marketplace. It's like the E3 trailers, and I'm like, Axe and Verge, which is already on like 3 other systems, and it's something else that was already on a couple other systems, and looking at the list, going like, this is really weak, dude. I mean, I assume you're waiting to just do your own Nintendo thing again, because they've done that multiple times. So they're just like, hey, Nintendo just TGS. Actually, usually it's the TGS related stuff where they go all out.
No, they don't do TGS. They usually do usually a week before they'll do a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, that's true. They don't even do TGS. Nintendo's gotten really weird with their like PR lately, and I'm wondering if part of it is because Sarada died, and they're just trying to like figure out who they are as a company again, which I don't like those transitional Nintendo doesn't know who they are time periods, because when that happens, you end up getting like no games for the GameCube. You get Dinosaur Planet, and you get Mario Sunshine. Mario Sunshine's not that bad, but you get like Dinosaur Planet, and have to wait even longer for Wind Waker.
Yeah.
And you're like, guys, can you figure out what your persona is again, so that we can actually move forward and have nice things again? You guys keep talking about wanting to do a new Metroid game. Can you do it? It's a first-person shooter, son of a. All right, I'll give it a shot. Well, other than scanning everything, this is actually kind of fun.
The thing is, the thing I don't like is they were supposed to show some new games as well. That I was excited to see. Like they were like, remember how we were talking about Wild Guns? There's no trailers have popped up yet for the new game.
Right.
And I'm like, I was waiting to hear from Natsume to like post a trailer, but they haven't posted anything. A new Harvest Moon, a new River City game, nothing.
By the way, that was something I was thinking about. Because there's like the original like brawler game that even predates River City Ransom.
But like Renegade.
Renegade, yeah. And I thought, it'd be kind of fun to do. Go through like one of these days, like in the summer, we have to make a determination. Maybe it'll take a week or something to do it, or maybe we'll do it over the course of a month, and just go through the entire like River City verse. I know a lot of the games don't keep the same aesthetics and the same characters. I know we've already covered stuff like volleyball.
Wait, did we play Super Dodgeball?
Yes, we did it at some point. It was a while ago.
Oh well.
Because that's when you revealed, like, oh, by the way, this is River City Ransom verse, or River City verse, and I was like, it is? And I saw the characters, oh my god, it is! That is awesome. All the guys like, now that we're done beating each other up, let's go play dodgeball. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Pretty much, yeah. Even though the concept of the arcade game is like the punks are still trying to like trying to get the other guy to like because apparently the whole thing with these games is like apparently like Kunio-kun is just like, okay, my best friend gets like is in the wrong side of town, and now they fucking like he just gets into trouble, and I gotta fight to save my friend's life, to like fight for my friend who.
The Japanese version of Renegade is rescue your friend over and over again.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's the same thing. The volleyball game is essentially that. It's like, oh, this volleyball gang is attacking my other volleyball gang. No, not volleyball. It's like this dodgeball gang is attacking my other dodgeball gang with that. Coincidentally, also has my best friend that's a kind of a weakling. So I gotta go avenge them.
Yeah. But I don't know. I thought it'd be fun just to go through the various games and kind of show them off and the changes and the differences and the weirdness of that whole continuity. I don't know if they're still making games like continuity, but I know there's several that were just.
Yeah, they're still making them for the 3DS.
I know a lot are just Japan only releases, but I thought it might be kind of fun to go through some of those early ones and talk.
They're actually also releasing them on Steam as well.
Oh really?
Yeah. They're making a conscious effort to make that game like really 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 popular again, because now that they kind of squared away the licensing, because it's like for a while like who owned Technos, and it's just like, oh, Technos is owned by this guy or owned by that guy and like this and that, blah blah blah, and then it's like, okay, now Atlas just owns Milton, aka Tecmo, and now they own both River City Ransom and Double Dragon.
Yeah.
So now that all that's squared off, now it's like every game that every game that's come out is going to be made by Atlas or co-published by Atlas.
Yeah.
So now that all that mess is squared away, so it's like, that's good. So at least they got their shit together. So now they're releasing a lot more games. Like they released one on the PS3 not too long ago. They announced one for the 3DS is going to come out here in the United States. They announced a few games for Steam, and yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's about it really. Any other thoughts? Because like we're just kind of like through some like we're just talking about nothing at this point.
Yeah, we are. This almost feels like a ramble on, as if we don't have a game going in the background.
Yeah, the good news is like at least we have some footage of a game playing, but not really.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else you wanna like touch up upon before we leave?
Not really. Like I said, E3 this year feels very weak to me. I mean, like, if anything, if you haven't seen our coverage of the Sony press conference, go check that out because it is pretty awesome. Sony really took out all the stops, and I'm kind of surprised that none of the other companies tried to, flex their muscles. I really felt like all the other companies were like, and here's some games, I guess.
Well, it's more along the lines of like, okay, Nintendo, they knew they had nothing to. They literally said we have nothing to show. They were like, for the last couple of months, they were like, we have nothing to show. I don't know why you guys are getting excited. We have nothing to show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so we knew from the very beginning that like they had nothing to show.
Even though like we'd love to see more about Star Fox Zero, and we'd love to see more about some of the other games they've been talking about.
Star Fox Zero's already out and didn't do that well.
It already came out?
Yes,
Oh, crap.
it bombed.
By the way, that's how you know a game like isn't that good, when it was something that had high expectations and it comes out and you have no idea that it came out. That's how you know a game isn't that good. That was that same issue I had with being really excited about Predator Concrete Jungle, and then it comes out, but I didn't know it came out until I found it like used, like years later at a GameStop or something. And I was like, oh shit, this actually came out, and I never heard anything about it, which means it's probably not that good. Too bad, because I wanted my like free roaming city via Predator and kill pimps game. Alas.
Oh fuck! Someone's actually stealing the E3 demo of Zelda. What is? Oh my god! What the fuck? Stop that! Don't do that! Stop that shit! Don't steal the fucking game! Stop this shit right now! Don't do it! Oh my god, I hate people sometimes. Anyways, no, I think it's like I said, Nintendo came in saying that it had absolutely nothing to show. I think with Microsoft, I think the problem is they were really banking on Scorpio to be like their big thing. But the thing is, it's like Scorpio. The thing is, like they promised the moon with Scorpio, and the thing is, I'm starting to be more inclined. It's like you're gonna offer all these great things for it. But I think you're just gonna fall flat on your face with everything at the end of the day.
Yeah.
With Ubisoft, the problem is like 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 I have no problem with Ubisoft. Ubisoft showed out some really strong games.
Yeah.
I think this year, I think the reason why it's so weird is that there's no Assassin's Creed to be their anchor, other than the movie. And I think that kind of like that part of the movie, like literally, if you saw our footage, I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. No, I'm not gonna be here. Bye. And it's like I came in.
Point out that the movie could be good.
You said you have hopes. I don't, but let's see what happens. The PC stuff looks really.
This is a universe where you're not trying to remake one of the stories; you're just telling a story in the universe, and thus I think it works a bit better for a movie.
Yeah.
Than you're trying to retell the story, which is what they usually try to do, and then you're cutting out a lot of stuff, or things make no sense, or they don't make sense to people who play the game. But if that's the case, they already know the story. Hashtag Ratchet and Clank. That's most of the reviews I heard were like, "Oh yeah, you're just better off playing the game because this is going to make no sense to you unless you have played the game, and if you have played the game, this is redundant." Yeah, okay.
But yeah, the thing is like you have that. You have those things going on with you have those things going on with Ubisoft. Like I said, Nintendo had nothing to show. The PC stuff looked really nice. The PC
yeah,
stuff.
those kind of cool seeing some of those things.
EA, a lot of potential in 2018.
Yeah. EA's press conference can literally be called, well, that was an hour of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah, so it's like that's the problem. It's like EA, fantastic things. I have hopes for the future, but that's the problem. They're so far into the future. It's like no, should not even had a press conference today if you didn't have anything you wanted to show within the next couple of months. And it's like the only thing
you're a big fan of FIFA or Madden.
Yeah. If you're like yeah, I understand that having FIFA and Madden are your big things. I like that. Like I appreciate that. But the thing is, if you don't have anything else to show, actually, there is a game that's coming out this year. I forgot. Titanfall 2.
Yes, that's true. That was their opener.
And that was a good. And it has a lot of promise. I was talking to people like my friend Mr. Lee Majors. We were back and forth yesterday talking about it. He's really excited because there's a lot of things he took out. There's things that they took out of the game that he didn't like. That got rectified, and he does like the fact that the game has a robust story mode.
Yeah, that actually sounds kind of interesting because this seems like a universe where you could tell a really good story.
And the thing is, for the story mode, like apparently we were talking over, but the story mode is really good. Apparently, what we were hearing like from stuff from like we were joking around, yeah, but for example, some that they were talking about in the trailer was like, okay, so Titans are living beings as well.
Yeah, I got that from the trailer where The Titan's clearly an AI or something.
No, it's an AI, but it's like okay, it feels like Pacific Rim in a way. It's like this AI is supposed to connect it to their human counterpart, and they have a bond with each other. And apparently, the pilot of the last Titan the guy had died, and now you're in control of this. Now you're in control of this new guy that's using a new Titan. That's using this former Titan. And both of them trying in conjunction with each other, trying to work with each other out. It's like
I think it does that vibe from the trailer. It was just one of those things where, you're going through it and you're like, oh, okay, but I was just more surprised that you basically have this Optimus Prime type voice coming from the Titan, and I'm like, oh, cool.
But no,
Frank Welker.
But I like that. I for some reason I like that aspect. But now that someone explained to me what was going on a little bit more, it's like I'm more interested in like seeing like okay, so this could be like a little bit more than just like shoot robot game.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure it's gonna just that at the end of the day it's just gonna devolve into that. Like it's just gonna.
The gameplay's still gonna be the Game Boy, but at least now we get a story with him. Probably having some sort of like, oh, you're not a properly trained Titan pilot. You need to get disengaged from the system. System will not disengage. I have chosen my pilot. It's your AI is not supposed to do that, and they can do a whole thing based around that. Like, the system's doing what it wants to do and not what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. But more along. I was gonna say no. It's also more like too. It's like you have stuff like, for example, you can have like the Titan like developing not feelings but developing more of a bond with its new user.
Yeah.
And having him like do stuff like okay, so having him do like trust trust exercise. But one of the things I don't know if you saw the end of the trailer, but he says trust me, and he flings the pilot out to like what looks like a thing, out to like a void.
Yeah.
I like there's a mechanic in the game. I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if you've seen gameplay of like Titanfall, but you can parkour across like walls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen that.
So I'm pretty sure like that's supposed like the Titan is teaching you how to do the parkouring.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure it's teaching the player, this new blank slate character, how to play the game and also learning its mechanics and also trying to get a bond with the player as well. So if they're gonna go with that kind of, what's up?
Like I said, I think it's gonna be a good game. It's just it's not my excuse for getting an Xbox One, and if that's going to be on PC, then hey, maybe I will.
It's coming on everything actually. It's actually coming on everything. It's like it's actually coming on for PS4 and Xbox One and for PC.
Yeah, so I mean, like again, it doesn't sell me on the Xbox, and that's really what I look for in the press conference: to sell me on the system. Nintendo didn't even try to sell me on an NX. They're just like, hey, here's a couple games we have. Sorry about Star Fox. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, so it's like that's the unfortunate thing with this press conference. Unfortunately, that like with especially it's not a press conference. It's like an entire day of them just talking about different games, or just so it's like well, like I said, they're doing good with the only thing they got right now. So it's like that's the good news.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then the thing with Bethesda, it's like well. That's all great. This is all great things for things that are already out already.
Mm-hmm.
Great things you're doing with Doom. Great things you're doing with Fallout 4. I'm excited for Quake. I'm excited. We may have and then also Dishonored. Dishonored. But like all the other things that they're talking about, it's like it's all stuff that's currently available, and it's like I got something that's new. I do like the fact it's like. We're not giving up on games we're not giving up on any of the games we've been working on. That's the good news. As a matter of fact, it's like the news about them doing a VR. There's also something else I didn't realize too. You know what they were talking about in the press conference that we completely skipped over at Bethesda?
Mm.
They're porting Fallout Shelter to PC.
Oh yeah, they did make a brief little thing about that, but they didn't make a whole deal of it. It just like popped up on the screen during a little trailer.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was wondering about they said something like
cool.
They said something
that briefly made me go and say, "Oh, cool! I'll just download this on my PC now."
Yeah. Which
and then but it was just like flashed across the screen. It wasn't a big deal for them, and I'm like, "This seems like this should be a big deal." This was
Yeah,
It's a really
there's
fun mobile game.
yeah, it's like things that should have been a bigger deal. They didn't make a big deal about.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish, like I know we were poo pooing a lot on VR. Even though like
Yeah.
as the day went on yesterday, we actually kind of like warmed up a little bit more onto VR. But like for example, I'm down with I was down with Fallout being in VR. It's just the problem is it's just like that would be a good time for you to show a new project for VR, something completely new, like maybe
I mean, it's like us seeing the Star Trek one from Ubisoft and being like, oh my god.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday after the stream. The other friend of mine was streaming. We were talking all about that. We're just talking about like the possibilities, like literally all the stuff we were talking about, like us fucking around with each other.
Yeah, I mean, because let's face it, that's what you're gonna end up doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna like overshoot our trajectory, and all of a sudden we'll be in we'll be in Romulan territory, like with like enough guns to like take down 1 or 2 ships. We're like, well, fuck you.
Ramses, we're in the neutral zone. We just started a war. What is wrong with you?
I thought we could get there quicker.
Yes.
I didn't know like going faster meant that we're gonna overshoot it. I thought we just get there quicker. How am I supposed to know? What am I, Neil deGrasse Tyson? I didn't know space travel worked that way.
One job.
It's like I didn't know space travel worked that way. How was I supposed to know?
One task on our ship was to ensure that we don't get freaking blown up by Romulans because we entered the neutral zone. Dick.
Oh well. But no, but other than that, it's like it's like so. Any games that you're excited for that you saw so far, like like that you want to like make one last mention before we head out.
Not really. I kind of there's some things that like at the moment were kind of exciting to see, but weren't like, oh my gosh, I need to get this, or oh my gosh, system seller, or anything like that to me. I mean, as it stands, before this whole thing happened, I was like, well, I don't really want an Xbox One, but every E3 I go in and say, come on, Microsoft, convince me to get an Xbox One. And this year they didn't do that. And, I have a bunch of friends and stuff who are
actually at this point concerning Xbox One, you're better off just upgrading, getting a Windows 10 PC or tablet, and just mooching off your brother.
Yeah.
That's the most sincere thing I can tell you right now. It's like at this point, that's your best option. Is just to like you two work together in tandem and work and use both of your systems like work on your Windows 10 PC or tablet.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you just mooch off his games as well because they're pretty much going to be working together. And apparently the stuff is optimized for Windows 10 and all that stuff. So it's like fuck it.
Yeah.
If someone in the house already has a Windows 10 a Windows Xbox One, and if you're willing to upgrade to a Windows 10 PC, go for it. But you're better off doing that. Because like most if not all the games are already going to be coming out for most of the games are compatible now with Windows 10, so it's like you're better off doing that. So if you can, so I think it also double benefits you having a Windows 10 PC because like you're on top of the line. But
yeah, I mean it's kind of sad that's how that's kind of going. Where I'm like, I was planning on upgrading my PC anyway, so it just defeats the purpose of having an Xbox One. I'll just play it on PC. Plus, they have the cross-platform stuff, so it gives me even less reason to have that system. Where I'm just like, no, I can just play. I can play with my friends on their Xbox Ones with my PC, and there's no difference.
Yeah, pretty much.
So why not? Yeah. So Xbox One did not convince me to get Xbox One. There's a couple of games I wouldn't mind to pick up, on a PC, which just goes into the thing of Jared needs a new PC.
Yeah.
Which I do.
Well, we'll figure something out. We'll figure a way to get you a new PC. I keep saying that, but we'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, and then it's like the only thing that's convinced me more, it's like seeing some of the stuff that like, if not anything that convinced me, it's like it kind of solidified the fact that I kind of want a PS4 now.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is too, it's like, well, I kind of also want to buy it. Like, it also could also solidify like I want that PlayStation VR, which I
Yeah, I can see how people could get into that. There's definitely some interesting games that'll be coming out on there, and you know, I'm more willing to give it a try. Here's the thing with the VR, like as general, I'm not keen into gimmick gaming. I'm just not. So it's already an uphill battle. But then the fact that like as I've said before, 3D movies and 3D TVs can make me a little motion sick. So for me, it is very much in the category of I need to make sure that I can wear this if I'm getting sick or if I'm getting a major headache. And if I can, then yeah, it'd be kind of fun to team up with someone and go and kick some ass in first person.
also like
Legit
I
first
like
person.
one of the things that interests me was like that Final Fantasy 15 thing where it's like, oh, by the way, one player can play the game and the other player plays it on the VR headset,
Yeah.
which is like that's pretty good in my like if they have more implementations like that where it's like it's not mandatory but it's optional and make it in such a way where it's like it makes another player like be part of the game as well. Go for it. But like I said, it's like if anything, this year it really made me happy that it solidified that I wanted a PS4. I don't have much faith left in Nintendo in terms of the Wii U. It's like this might be it's like the last big hurrah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
Yeah.
they really need to do like another Nintendo Direct soon ish to like show off any games they're gonna have for the rest of its life cycle, which is gonna be within the year, and that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, I decided earlier this year, around the time Pokemon came out, I was like, you know what? I don't really need to grab a Wii U.
You made the best choice.
Um,
I was unfortunately an idiot.
well, because there was some stuff in there that looked like it'd be kind of fun and enjoyable, but then just when it really comes down to it, it's just me looking at the system going like, there's just not enough.
The worst part is like
It's it, I
everything's
like the amiibos and the concept, but there's just not enough on that system to really make me go, yes, I need this system.
the thing is also too the problem is they're kind of on a holding pattern right now. That's the problem. They're in a really
Yes.
bad holding pattern where it's just like we can't show off anything for the NX, and we cannot show anything either for we can't show off anything for the future of the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't,
Well, I think
and because of that too, we can't show off we can't overshadow this new Zelda game. So we can't like, we can't have we can't show off any new 3DS games either.
yeah, and it's really in that strange position where they said they had nothing, but it's like Nintendo, you should never have nothing. That's what gets me about this. Having nothing shouldn't be on the list of options. The list of options should be we have stuff and it's okay, but at least it'll garner some interest, or it should be oh man we're gonna blow your friggin' mind.
Yeah.
But it should never be guys shrug.
Like last
No.
year's one was actually pretty good considering it's like they didn't really show off much in terms of games. It's like, well, they showed off some games, but it's like even then it's like, let's go completely bombastic. Let's get Jim Henson to make our Muppets and everything.
Yeah, let's go all out. And it was a nice little. I mean, I don't want to call this send off for Sarada because we didn't know he was going to die.
Yeah.
But it's in that category of like, that was Sarada's last show, and it was a really kick ass show. So, that was a good like, send off in a way, even though it wasn't really meant to be.
All right, I'm gonna send you this link really quick. I want you to look it over.
Alrighty, it's better than level grinding.
Yeah, we'll kill some a little bit more time. Because, like, we're having a good conversation here. Let's see. Yeah, some of the things, I just saw that Nintendo just put up some sales for E3.
Oh, cool. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, means I gotta open up.
Let's see, Minish Cap for, let's see, what's looks pretty good. Okay, so
It's also sad where like the main thing for me when it came to the Wii U was just for the backwards compatibility games. It was like I want the system just so I can play games that I already like some of which I don't own anymore because I've lost them over the years, and others that just would be a pain in the ass to play. You know, like I don't have a lot of options when playing GBA games anymore, except for ROMs, and I have legit cartridges for certain things that I'm like, well, I'd rather play them the way they're meant to be played.
Part of me still wants to
Stuff
buy.
like that.
Part of me still wants to buy a GameCube. If anyone can somebody to sell me a GameCube for like sub 20, just the connections and the system. That's all I want because I already got the
My
controllers.
my old one is broken-ish, unfortunately.
I got memory cards. I already got like a couple of games. I got like I don't need much at all. I just give me the system and like the connections to control to connect everything to the the like the well the I can't talk right now. Just give me everything so I can plug it into like the power source and that's it. That's all I want. So I already got everything else. I don't need anything. I don't need anything more. But like I said, if you could give me them for like sub 20, that'd be great. So if anybody out there that's listening right now,
It's one of those things where when I look at it all, it's off. I don't want your stupid. Thank you. Is unfortunately my GameCube is on the broken side of the spectrum. But my brother still has his Wii hanging out, so at least I could play GameCube games on the Wii if I really needed to. But it's the only reason to have a Wii in the household for me is just so I can play my old GameCube games. So if I need an Eternal Darkness break from real life, I have an option.
yeah, the thing is that's why I kind of want to buy another. I kind of want to buy a Wii. The thing is, I can buy I got the Wii U, but it's like the only thing I want for backward compatibility is like a GameCube, and that's about it. Also, it's like the thing that also pisses me off is like I need a fucking controller. I need a fucking Wiimote and everything. It's like, god damn it. But yeah. So here's some of the sales right here. Let's see. They have a Legend of Zelda sale. Wind Waker HD is that's $30. Link to the Past for Wii U, that's $5. Minish Cap's $5. Majora's Mask 3D, that's $44 for Wii for 3DS. Oracle Ages and Oracle Seasons is actually $360 for each one.
Yeah, I have both ages and seasons.
Let's see. Pokemon. There's nothing in the Pokemon section that really gets my attention. Rumble U10, it's at $11. Ruby Sapphire Pokemon Pinball is at $480. Troze is also $480, and then it's like Pokemon card game is $360. Like, fuck it. Nothing good. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Smash Bros. For 3DS is $26. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is $20, which is really good. Charia.
It's one of those ones where, under different circumstances, I'd probably buy that and just have crazy adventures with you and the others.
Yeah,
and my only issue would be the fact that I'd have nothing for gear. So you guys are all like freaking like powered up, and I'm sitting there like, I have a toothpick as my weapon, and my armor is a piece of cloth. Let's do this, guys.
Actually, believe it or not, it's like it's easy to just mooch off other players. So it's like we'll guide your hips. Me, Stan, Deb, we'll just guide your hips, and we'll just like we'll get you some good armor. I thought that hard also to get like early on to get some like really good armor in the game.
Zero Escape's on sale. I own it already, but I highly recommend.
Yeah, $13.
And Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal.
Shin Megami Tensei is $14. Not even 15. It's $14. That's pretty good. Project X Zone's $20.
SMT is F4 is down to 14.
As I said, it's like I said, Shin Megami Tensei. Splatoon's at $45. Smash Bros. For Wii U is $39. Fast Racing Neo is at $12.
Snap. Project X Zone 2 for 20.
Let's see. Shantae's Risky's Revenge. That's $5. That's a really good deal.
Oh my gosh, super tempted. Extreme Botekken, Dragon Ball Z.
$15. That's not bad. Especially considering they said they're going to continue supporting that game like through updates.
One of those things where recently I was like, man, I miss playing anime fighting games. I really like anime fighting games. I just haven't had a new one in a while. Like I liked JoJo and all, but and new JoJo looks really awesome with the team mechanics and stuff like that. But it's one of those ones where I'm like, I miss playing Naruto fighting games. I liked the Bleach fighting game as spamtastic and dumb as it was. I enjoyed it for being what it is. And you know, I was just recently thinking about that. I was even going off and watching videos, people talking about the different Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and other fighting games from the anime genre. And I'm like, man, they're just seeing Extreme Tekken for like that cheap. I'm like, I'll have like no one to play with, but at least I can freaking like go around and spam some Kamehamehas and, you know, do a couple Gallic guns and just feel all awesome. I don't know how far of the story it covers. I know almost nothing about the game other than what I played in that demo, which is just
It covers
like
everything.
Stan
It covers everything, and even goes even up to like the new movies.
Oh, cool. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of single player gameplay, so I don't have to feel all like.
Well, not only that, so you need to unlock a lot of things, and like for example, like it does go up until you have to fight like Golden Frieza.
Okay. Oh wow. So it goes through Resurrection F.
But there's DLC coming soon. But there's the updates coming soon that will actually there's gonna be updates coming soon that's actually gonna take the game. That's gonna take the game into like Dragon Ball Super.
Oh wow.
So you're gonna fight someone like the other world, the other world of gods and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I might just do that just because I'll have a long running fighting game, and I played the demo, and the demo was like, oh, yeah, this is how a fighting game should play. It just happens to be on a smaller system.
Well, not only that, they accommodated for a smaller system as well, in my opinion. It's just like, well, you're not doing complicated motions. It's all like just like button. It's all just button attacks and stuff like that. So that's really good.
And I like to, like I said, it has that team mechanic that I really kind of like too. I thought that was kind of fun.
All right.
So, yeah.
Story season. What the hell is that? Why is that so fun? Oh, okay. It's a.
Oh, Shantae is also on sale. For
Yeah.
$5.
That's a really all the Shantae games are really amazing. I don't know if he's like, oh yeah, that's right. You missed out on that. It sucks so much.
I did because real life.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. I finally got stuff done. I can go for the sale. Sale ended yesterday. Damn it! And it was one of those ones where I should have just bought it when you showed it to me, and just should have just like, yep, got it done. Moving on.
Korean Rainbow Curse. Who's this one again?
These games I haven't heard of. So.
Oh, okay. I don't care about this one. Paper Mario the original $6. I'm tempted to buy it.
Never played the original Paper Mario.
I heard a lot of good things about it, so it's like I
have too.
So it's like that's actually out of all of them. It's like out of all this, everything that I'm seeing right here on this list, like that's the only one that's like sticking out. It's like Paper Mario actually looks really good because it doesn't play like the other games that you hate.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually more akin to like Super Mario RPG, just a little bit more.
Yeah, I think I've heard something like that before. I'm in this place where I'm like, I have a Nintendo points card lying around somewhere, and the problem is I was looking for it a while back actually before. Shoot, I can't remember. I was going to be away from the house for a little while, and I ended up looking for it. Going like, oh, I wonder if there's something on DS I could buy. And they find the card first, and I couldn't find the card. And then I was like, well, screw it. I'll pay for myself if I buy something I want to download on DS. This is like a month ago or something. And I didn't find anything I wanted. I was like, okay, well, I guess that works out fine. Now I see this sale, and I'm like, crap, because I want Extreme Token, I kind of want X-Zone 2, and I kind of want SMT4. And I don't remember how many points are on the card, and I have no idea where the card is right now. And I'm like, crap, I was saying how I needed to go and like clean through my room and reorganize stuff so I can find, the card and stuff like that. And as I'm kind of in that thing going like, one, my back is in a lot of pain, so digging around through shelves and cleaning stuff up is not what I want to do right now. And I'm like, I don't know how long this sale lasts, and I'm really pissed off.
So 21st.
Okay, so I have time. So if my back doesn't heal until like, if I'm not fully functional until Thursday, and I can't do cleaning until Thursday or Friday, not that big a deal. And then I could grab Extreme Token and be like, shit, yes, do this.
All right. Anything else you want to discuss before? Like, I know I keep on saying before we head out, but it's just we keep on sidetracking with conversations here.
Not much. I mean, the only thing we need to do is like an off the air, talk about if you do want to come down or what, or up. Sorry, you already are down. If you want to come up or what have you, we can talk about that off air, and then we're gonna have to figure out how to do the stream because my laptop's not gonna handle. Well, maybe.
No, I'll bring mine. I'll bring mine.
Okay.
I'll bring mine. Don't worry. I'll cover that part and stuff like that. So don't worry about it on that end. But yeah, we'll discuss things off air. In that case, thanks for everybody for stopping by for our Butt-Numb-A-thon 2015. It truly was the butt of the nummiest of all E3s because like I really just feel like I've been watching games for like 72 hours and like I'm getting kind of like sensory overload at this point.
Yeah, we had Sunday, Monday, and part of today. It's just been crazy.
Yeah. So with that in mind, what was I gonna say? Okay, so I might stream later tonight. I might stream some fighting games. I might do some Smash Brothers and some Pokken. Yeah, look on my Twitter.
I'll jump in. I'll keep an eye out if I have some free time.
All right. So you're welcome to jump in as well. And then after that, tomorrow we are definitely doing Splatoon with Shoji Romero and the rest of the guys over at Shinjuku Station. He said he's officially coming back, so that's good. That means I'm not like how we were the last time, where it's like no one was there to talk to us. It's like, where is everyone? Sad. But other than that, like I said, we're gonna there might be something happen like Thursday. I might like let's coordinate a few things. Like if anything, I'm gonna see if we can try to do something on Thursday. Our usual stream of our Jared and Ramsey's play. I think we'll try to do something like we'll try to coordinate that because I might be coming up at that time. Yeah. So we might actually do it later in the night, and then it's like we'll do it like live with like actually within city, like not on the internet. Mm-hmm. And then like follow, and then like we're gonna then just follow us on Twitter for any kind of like news updates because like there might be something coming up this weekend with us. So we're gonna finalize that. We're gonna hammer out those details, and then you'll be the first. You'll be the first to know on Twitter. And then if we can finalize everything, if I do the stream, also I'll repeat the information on stream as well. So Jared, stick around. I'm gonna close out this. Like actually no, I can just close out the stream and then we'll talk a little bit right now. So with that in mind, Jared, thank you for joining me all this time because I've gone without you I would have gone completely insane.
Yeah, look, it's stuff I wanted to look at too. It's a shame that E3 wasn't quite as bombastic as we were hoping, but saw some interesting things and. While there's other stuff I would have liked to have had a more in-depth kind of thing for, like Star Ocean 5 and stuff like that. Square Enix has been releasing videos just throughout the year thus far, showing off Star Ocean 5 stuff. That's always fun.
Alright, and so with that in mind, that's Jared. I am Ramsey saying, see y'all next time.